Welcome in on KNB in the Front Range League Network. I'm Lucas Macklin, joined by my partner, Bob Parsons. We get set for another matchup between the Western Nebraska Pioneers and the Nebraska Outlaws. You are listening to the Platte Valley Investment pregame show. You're tuned into the home of the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Tonight's matchup is brought to you by the Platte Valley Investment Center, your trusted hometown team for all your investment needs. Bob, the Pioneers, winners of 6 of their last 9 league games. The Outlaws have been struggling a little bit, especially offensively. However, these two teams have played well against each other at times. It's been some blowouts at times, but we'll see what is in store today after both these teams did take down that Tribe team in an exhibition match.
And that's always good to try and gain back some of that momentum. It's all about momentum at this point in the season. We've talked about the Pioneers at this point. It's really do or die at this point. You really need to win out if you want to give yourself the best chance at the playoffs, and that starts tonight against the Outlaws. If you're the Outlaws, you want to try and get off that schneid when it comes to Front Range League play. Both of your last league games, you end up going home early when it's not in your favor. You want to try and get back to it offensively. They did that against the Tribe. You're hoping to see that again today.
And on the mound, we got Alon Seepersed versus Caden Ferguson. Both these guys have had some really, really good outings at times this year. So have had some really good strikeout stuff. And the last time Seepersod was out against these Outlaws, he shut them out in 5 innings.
Seepersod is going to have the most consistent velo out of any of these Outlaws pitchers. Had a chance to talk to McCoy about that last night. Barry can kind of creep up there as well. We haven't seen him in a bit. We're going to see him on Saturday in Morgan County. But at this point, he's just setting that rotation for the playoffs. So this is likely going to be Seepersod's last regular season league game before those playoff games.
And then 2 bats in the lineup that have been scorching hot as of late that have kind of been the key to these offenses. Bentika Maloney and Jacob Solis. Maloney, since July 11th, is 10 for 16 with 4 multi-hit games. And Solis on the other side, since July 4th, has 4 home runs, 2 triples, 6 doubles. Both these guys are slugging over 1,000 in those time frames. And for Solis, it's 6 multi-hit games and 17 RBIs. Both those guys have been kind of not just setting the table, but being the big bats in these lineups.
And that's what you're going to want to see out of both these lineups. We see the top of the order. It's Basie, Maloney, Leslie, McKernan. All those guys are always going to produce for these Outlaws, and it's really at the bottom of the order. Matlock, Onestep, Manuel. That's when who you're really going to look to try and see if they can produce today for these Outlaws.
And you can say the same thing on the other side for the Pioneers with Harvey Fisher and Zamaripa. Last time the Pioneers played against this Outlaws team, it was that bottom of the lineup, specifically Fisher and Zamaripa, that were able to get on. They got on 7 of 8 times, setting that top of the lineup up, and it really worked out in their favor again in that big win.
And if you're Seepersod, you want to do the exact opposite. You want to try and really get those outs at the bottom of the order, because against Morgan County as well, they struggled against that. It's that bottom of the order, just putting yourself in a bad position.
We'll have the starting lineups for you after this short break here on KNB in the Front Range League Network.
Just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless. I did it all, I played pretend, I moved the mountains to be your friend. I wanna know if it mattered. I would have gone to war for you, I would have bent the earth in two just to get to our ever after. Something about this has changed, I wanna feel you close again. Don't let go, no I don't want this to end. Whoa. Remember the start when back in my heart again, like blood on a pen. Would it matter then when everything starts to fade? I'm back like
To K&B in the Front Range League Network. I'm Lucas Macklin here with my fantastic pitcher and partner in the booth, Bob Parsons, here in the Logos broadcast booth. Logos is your home for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Shop the showroom or have something custom made at Logos, 1344 10th Street in Gering. Both these teams just took down the Colorado Tribe in each of their last exhibition games, and there were a couple of big themes in both those games. The first one being both of them having big innings offensively. The Pioneers using a 7-run sixth to take down the Tribe 13-9, and the Outlaws using a 10-run second to eventually win that game 14-4.
And that's what we've seen from these Outlaws. It's been a lot of boom or bust. And there's some bats in that lineup that kind of show that. It's a hot bat of Christian McKernan, who's been swinging that bat well. It's through some peaks and valleys this season, but when he's at his peaks, he's having a lot of success. Seth Onestad, a guy that I got to talk to earlier, he's also had a lot of success. Scored a winning run in that walk-off game. Hit a grand slam in that first game against these Pioneers. When he is going, he is a hard bat to get out.
And then for the other theme, pitching-wise, you had pitching coaches both go big innings for their respective teams. Obviously, Toller, the manager of the Pioneers, but a pitching coach for Missouri Valley College. A.C. Plum went 4 innings of scoreless ball, striking out 5, and then Toller went 6 2/3 to finish off that game, where he gave up 4 runs and struck out 8, being able to kind of help their own teams in a different way than they are typically.
They also called on some interns with not that much pitching experience that maybe made the game go a little bit longer than expected as well. But both these teams are going to have really fresh pitching staffs at this point, considering that it's been some exhibition games. The Pioneers are a bit depleted roster-wise in general, so you're going to need some innings out of Ferguson today. But if you're the Outlaws, it's likely going to be Seepersod to Alexander, I would assume. And you really can go all 9 between those two guys. We've seen Seepersod show length. We've seen Alexander have length at times.
And the story for the Pioneers during these winning ways has been pitching, as you kind of mentioned, in that win against the Outlaws in their last game. They had fantastic outings from Peyton Markheim and Deshaun Harvey, and then Chris Moody went 7 shutout innings against the Wranglers. That set them up for a big win. And then today, for your starting lineups, they are brought to you by the University of Nebraska Medical Center College of Nursing. UNMC is preparing the next generation of nurses with hands-on training, expert faculty, and real-world experience, all close to home. If you're ready to make a difference in your community and start a rewarding career in healthcare, discover your future with the UNMC College of Nursing. For more information, contact Megan Graham at 308-632-2024. First, the lineup for the visiting Nebraska Outlaws, and as always, it is the very dangerous Braden Basie at the top. He'll be playing in right field. Following him will be Tegan Maloney. He'll be DHing in this one. Batting third, the shortstop Gideon Leslie. Batting fourth at first base is Christian McKernan. Batting fifth And in left field is Isaiah Murillo. Batting 6th at third base is Kingston Lee. Batting 7th and catching is Grayson Matlock. Batting 8th in center field, Seth Onnested. And rounding out the lineup is Grady Manuel, and it'll be Alon Supersod on the mound. You mentioned the top of the lineup being extremely dangerous, but it's the bottom of the lineup that's kind of been the difference between whether or not this offense is feast or famine.
Basie and Maloney at that top of that order, leading this team in RBIs, both with 20 plus, and that's really what you're going to want to see. You're going to want to see these guys get on and possibly try and get over a base or two. It's going to be tough, though, with Roth back there behind the plate. We've seen the cannon that he has.
And that's our lineup for your Western Nebraska Pioneers. First in the leadoff spot, and in left field is Rivers Freckleton. Batting second at shortstop is Paxton Markheim. Batting third and behind the plate is Cole Roth. Batting fourth in center field, Jacob Solis. Batting fifth and DHing is Carter Simmons. Batting sixth and in right field is Dante Wade. Batting seventh at first base is Deshaun Harvey. Batting eighth at third base is Michael Fisher, and rounding out the lineup, the second baseman today is Ray Zamaripa. We'll see how this lineup does. Again, bottom of the lineup was really good last time they played the Outlaws. See what they can do today. Take a short break. When we're back, we'll have the opening pitch for you here at Oregon Trail Park on KNB in the Front Range League.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting through air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? I did it all, I bore the weight on my shoulders like it was fate. Don't tell me it was for nothing. You told me love wasn't true, 'cause it didn't feel real to a cynic like you, but I'm pretty sure we walked into something.
It's time for baseball here at Oregon Trail Park. It is Caden Ferguson on the mound. He'll be throwing to the young catcher in Cole Roth. That opening pitch is brought to you by Papa Murphy's at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love at 425 degrees. And don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy Text Club for a sweet deal. You were mentioning it before the break. Cole Roth with that great arm behind the plate. A couple of times in that game against the Tribe last night, there were a lot of stolen bases last night. Some of that was coming off some long kind of stretch pitches. There were a couple that didn't look like they're going to be even close, but he made a strong throw, and it was a couple of very close plays in those certain throws. So like you said, he's one of the better, if not the best, defensive catcher still left in the league. For the Front Range League, obviously still young, still developing, but he's looked really good, shown some flashes. Speaking of showing flashes on the mound, Caden Ferguson, this is his fourth start of the season, and 2 of his 3 starts, he's gone at least 4 2/3 innings. He went 6 innings back on the game on June 12th, allowed 5 runs, struck out 7 in a game that just, again, keeping the Pioneers close. That's kind of what you want to see in this game, even if you go down early, just trying to keep them close, because when the Pioneers drop behind early, especially in a big way, they've really struggled to come back.
And you want to try and keep it close. We got some possible rain looming as well. It should be interesting, especially if that passes through, to see how that impacts the game. We've seen that impact some control at times from these pitchers. And we've seen delays impact pitchers as well, Ferguson being one of those pitchers. And it's going to be a tough task, especially in this first inning. You want to try and hold this top of the order down, but it's making sure that they don't make adjustments on you, and it's you making adjustments on them to make sure that they can't keep attacking you throughout the game.
And the big thing for really any pitcher in this league, we've kind of talked about it all year, is just avoiding the walks. He's been a little bit more inaccurate so far this season. 20 walks in 20 and 2/3 innings. Does have 27 strikeouts, but if he's going to be successful, it's going to be by limiting those walks, especially for the guy at the top of the lineup, and Braden Basie, who's done such a good job at getting on base. In fact, going into their last game, he had reached every single game of the season. That last game against the Wranglers was the first time all year he has not reached base. He'll step into that right-handed batter's box, and again, if he gets on, he's so dangerous. 29 for 32 in stolen base attempts this year as well. Ferguson winds and delivers. And the first pitch is taken high for ball one, and that's how we start here at Oregon Trail Park. We are nearing the end of the Front Range League regular season. Pioneers trying to keep their winning ways here against these Outlaws. That one misses wide, and it's a quick 2-0 count to Basie.
That's not how you're going to do it right there. You want to try and get ahead of these batters early, especially a guy like Basie that's so good in that box, especially fighting off pitches and putting together quality at bats.
This is another one high. Doesn't quite have the release point early in this start, and he's behind 3-0. And that one misses high as well. All four pitches miss above the zone. And Basie earns yet another walk, his 19th on the season, added 20 hit by pitches. And he currently holds a .613 on base percentage.
And like we always say, leadoff walks will kill you, especially a guy with Basie's speed and IQ on the base pass. We saw him elicit a couple balks as well.
Finds a zone there for strike one. Seen Ferguson this year hasn't really struggled pitching from the stretch by any means. Misses that one high, and the count evens at 1-1.
And this is a guy that is such an impressive two-way in Tegan Maloney. We've only seen him hit, but if you look at the innings that he was able to get, he was the Saturday starter for Claremont McKenna as a true freshman, collecting 70 innings and coming in with the best ERA out of any of these Outlaws pitchers.
Swings through that last pitch and moves to a 1-2 count. Haven't seen Basie try to steal second yet. See how early they want to try to test this young catcher behind the plate. He goes there. Pitch misses outside and wide. Throw is down in time, and he is ruled safe, as it looks like the field umpire will say he just missed the tag on him.
And it seemed like they were somewhat expecting that right there with 2 strikes. Basie trying to take off on the off speed.
And Roth with a strike down to second, but seen that a couple of times. Looks like Markheim just threw the tag in between those arms. Instead of getting the arms, he got the chest, and that allows Basie to be in safe. Count 2-2. Now runner in scoring position for Ferguson. That pitch misses high and a full count. Maloney at the plate this season with a .429 batting average and .837 slugging. Since July 11th, he's been slugging over 1,000. He'll take that one high for ball 4.
And such good plate discipline out for these first 2 batters. We've seen it all summer, but they show it off again right there. Team Maloney putting together a great at-bat on some borderline pitches. See if Gideon Leslie, who's had himself a solid summer, especially in the clutch with RBIs. See if he can pull through here and try and send a couple home. He's got 18. He's, of the remaining Outlaws, he is 3rd on the team.
Steps into the right-handed batter's box here against Ferguson. Couple of leadoff walks. That one finds the outside corner for strike one.
Gideon coming back after dealing with a little bit of an illness.
He missed Tuesday's game against the Tribe, and now he's back in action here. Throw goes back down to second, but nothing doing with Basie over there. Again, we saw how close that was on that throw down to second, but even tougher to get that stolen base of third. So Basie's going to want to make sure if he does try to attempt to steal third, he's got a really good jump.
When you're stealing third base, it's almost always off of the pitcher's timing.
That one line left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Basie's being waved home. Throw comes into third. It is wide, and Maloney is in safely. And the Outlaws do strike first here in the first inning. 3 straight batters have reached, still yet to retire, and out is Ferguson.
This is what you need to prevent in this inning if you're Ferguson, trying to prevent that crooked number. He still hasn't given up that crooked number run yet, but it's just 90 feet away with still nobody out. And what you're looking for here, if you're the Outlaws, Leslie was able to show it, but hitting with runners in scoring position, they really struggled with that recently.
Now brings in Christian McKernan. First pitch misses high for ball 1. Over his last 2 games, including the exhibition, has 5 hits and 7 ABs, including 3 doubles.
He's been one of those lone bats in the lineup that's hit well with runners in scoring position.
Awkward swing at that one, and the count evens at 1-1. Runners in the corners, no one out, 1 in this inning. Leslie leads off first. He goes. Pitch misses low, and Roth can't field it cleanly, so Leslie will be in at second safe.
This makes the approach for McKernan a lot easier. You're just trying to put a ball in play, and you're likely scoring a run on this one.
The 2-1 just misses low. And a 3-1 count. Ferguson with already 2 walks and 3 batters.
Gotta imagine he's likely getting a green light here, especially with the infield coming in.
3-1 pitch. That one line well to left. Freckleton back on it, and he's not going to be able to read it cleanly. That'll score 2 as McKernan will have yet another double. Knocking in 2 and giving the Outlaws an early 3-0 lead.
McKernan got the green light there. He's swinging a hot bat, and he did not miss that one. Hit that one on a laser over Freckleton's head. Seen his pop all year, especially over these last couple games, and he shows it off again there.
Ball that just kept carrying, as you said, over the head of Freckleton, and now Isaiah Murillo steps into the box. Still no one retired in this inning. First one misses wide. Starts behind Murillo 1-0. Murillo did have a 2 RBI single in that game on Tuesday. Part of that big 10-run second. That one misses high and tight. He's behind Murillo 2-0.
I know it's already early in this one, but if you lose this game, tomorrow is a win or go home.
That one in there at the knees. Back in the count here now, 2-1.
And it seems to be when Ferguson is living in the zone here, he's just too in the zone. We saw that with McKernan and Leslie.
That one a chopper towards second, and with Zamaripa holding the runner on at second, he's not able to get to that one. Throw comes into the catcher, but no play at the plate. And McKernan is in safely, and Murillo now has an RBI hit.
And Murillo's been telling us that he's in a slump, but he's having a great approach to the plate, especially with a runner on second and nobody out, just poking that to the opposite field. Zamaripa trying to hold the runner on, unable to get over with that big 4-hole on the right side of the infield.
Now that brings in Kingston Lee. Fifth, 6th batter to come to the plate. already in this first inning. Takes that one high. Inning started with 2 walks, and then a single from Leslie, a double from McKernan, now a single from Murillo. And now Lee gets into one left field, but that one's going to hook foul.
We've seen that a couple times from Lee this season, showing off that pop, but just slightly pulling it.
For your safety, we ask that you please move back from the railing and netting, especially little kids. Thank you very much.
Lee came to the plate 3 times in that exhibition, reached all 3 times, 1 single, 2 walks. That one misses high. Good reaction from Roth to keep it in front of him. Ferguson behind another Outlaws batter here in this first inning. Try to go off speed. That one stays high, and it's a 3-1 count.
And if you're Ferguson here, you got to be really careful. When he's been in these counts, especially like to McKernan, we saw it. He just went right at the top of the zone, right in McKernan's wheelhouse.
And that one misses high, and a third walk in this inning. 6 straight have reached to begin this ball game. Now Toller's going to go out there. He's going to have a chat with his pitcher. He said still early in this one, but could easily get out of hand real quickly if they can't find some outs.
This is what the Outlaws do. They stack runners. They stack quality at bats. And oftentimes when you look at those lopsided scoreboards with the Outlaws, it's really just one inning that you can look back to where this is where the game fell apart. And if you're the Pioneers, you can't let it happen this early.
As they talk on the mound, let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by Wells Fargo. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors have created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 308-632-7561. Together, we'll go far. And it will bring in Grayson Matlock, who will hit from the right side here in this AB. He had 2 hits in that game on Tuesday, both of them coming in the second inning. Overall went 2 for 3 on the day.
Matlock hitting from the right side here.
So 6 have reached, 4 have scored. And we'll throw back to second. Close play over there, but Murillo back in safely.
I would be surprised to see the Outlaws be aggressive on the base pass here when their bats have been working so well so far, and you have such a good arm back there in Roth.
First pitch to Matlock misses high for ball 1.
The last thing you want to do is run into an out right here and try and possibly kill an inning that could really turn this game around already in the first.
First 2 pitches to Matlock miss high. Ferguson starting behind 2-0 to the Outlaws catcher. That one misses in the dirt, and a 3-0 count after that mound visit.
And we talked about before the game, we've seen what the top of this order can do, and they've already done it. It's really going to be the bottom of this order to be whether they put this game away early or not.
That one in the zone at the knees. Matlock thought it was ball 4, but he has to stay in the box here now with a 3-1 count. That one's not close, and another walk. And the bases will be loaded here in the first inning.
If you're Seth Onstead, you have to keep the approach small. Just trying to find a way to pass the stick once again. That's your job here at the bottom of the order. We know he has the pop in his bat to break this game wide open, but that cannot be in your head right now. Your approach has to be simple. Find outfield grass, find a pitch to elevate, try and get that runner on third in.
First pitch into Onstead, and another pitch missing high. And again, that's Kind of where he's been missing most of the game is up above the zone.
Onstead will go after those pitches, however.
Coming in there, count evens at 1-1. Onstead tried to give a late time call, but Ferguson was already in his windup. That one line left center field. Freckleton over on it. Brings it in for the first out of the inning. Throw comes home. No advance. So ends up being a big out number one, keeping everybody where they're at.
Seems like Onstead might have just gotten that one off the end of the bat. Looked like a nice line drive off contact, but instead it doesn't travel that far.
That brings in Grady Manuel, and barring a double play, looks like Braden Basie will get his second AB of the inning as the first pitch misses wide for ball one. Three hits and 4 walks in this first inning as that pitch misses low.
And if you're Ferguson, you have to get this out right here. You have to get 2 outs before facing that top of the order again, because they're going to be seeing you for a second time, and they're going to be ready to attack those mistakes.
The 2-0 delivery to Manuel misses high.
Got to imagine it's going to be picture day up there for Grady Manuel with the bases loaded and a 3-0 count. And 4 walks already on the inning for Ferguson.
Nowhere to put him, the 3-0. And that one misses high, and he walks in a run. And it looks like they will already make a change here as Ferguson can't get out of the first inning. It also looks like Carter Simmons is going to go play left, and Freckleton's going to come into the dugout.
Likely to switch gloves, I would assume.
So Ferguson gets 1 out, gives up 3 hits, 5 walks. 5 runs have come in to score. There are 3 more out there that will be associated to him. So it looks like it'll be Paxton Markheim who will take the mound.
We saw one end in 5 innings the other day between these two, and it had actually a better start for the Pioneers than this one today. And they were just stacking good innings after good innings, and the last thing you want if you're the Pioneers is to let this bleed into the second inning here.
It was Markheim who got the start in that game. Pioneers, or should say the Outlaws, hit him well. They got 3 runs in 2 innings off of Ferguson in that game as well. Eventually won it 15-0 in 5 innings. Already scored 5 in this first inning. They've sent 9 to the plate, scored 5. They've gotten 1 out. And they've got the top of the lineup up here with Braden Basie coming to the plate. He walked on 4 pitches to start this game.
Some position changes for the Pios now on the mound, number 19, Paxton Markheim. At shortstop, number 3, Rivers Freckleton.
Freckleton will come in from left to play at short. Simmons goes to play left field. Now Basie comes to the plate for the second time here in this inning. And he's got 3 runners on for him with 1 out. First pitch taken low for ball 1.
If you're Markheim, you just want to elicit some soft contact right here.
Out on the ground toward short. Freckleton's got it. He'll just go to first for an out. A run will score, but they get the second out of the inning.
Big second out at that.
Not quite hard enough to try to turn two. And with 2 outs, it will bring in Tegan Maloney. First pitch to him taken inside for ball 1. And with a dangerous bat here and a base open, you got to be very careful how you pitch to him. That one is in there and count evens. Markheim working quickly. The 1-1 pitch is fouled out of play. So he's got Maloney at 1 and 2. See if he can get this big third out and try to keep the damage from growing even further. The 1-2 is taken outside. Doesn't get the swing, and the count evens at 2 and 2.
Maloney's going to have really good plate discipline. We saw that in the first at-bat. He was able to battle back in that one and earn the walk.
The 2-2 misses high, and the count runs full. Again, there is a base open here. Runners at second and third and 2 outs. Payoff pitch is flown to the left side in foul territory. Fisher over there giving it a look. Is he able to glove it? He is not, as it drops out of his glove. And Maloney is given a second life here in this AB. The next payoff delivery misses wide for ball 4. The 6th walk of the inning. But no damage done as long as you can get this guy at the plate here in Gideon Leslie.
Leslie, in his last at-bat, however, did hit that hard RBI single. Maloney was able to go first to third there as well. Gotta imagine Manuel will be able to score from second if he has the same result.
First pitch to Leslie, catches the outside corner. Starts in front of him 0-1. Leslie got RBI 19 on the season with his single earlier. 18 walks to 11 strikeouts for the shortstop. Fouls that one out of play, a little bit off stride, and he's behind 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 6 are in here in the first inning. The 0-2 pitch is missed wide with no swing.
If you're Markheim, you want to try and get some efficient outs here. You're going to need a lot of innings out of that arm today, especially with Ferguson only going a third of an inning.
The 1-2 called for strike 3 on the inside corner. Leslie goes down looking with 3 left on base. The Outlaws send 12 to the plate. They score 6 on 3 hits and 6 walks. They lead early in this one, 6-0. So we head to a short break here on KNB in the Front Range League Network. Pioneers come to bat for the first time in this ball game. And as they get ready and Alon Seepersod warms up to begin his start, I want to let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by Monument Physical Therapy. They understand that one size doesn't fit all. That's why they offer flexible treatment plans designed to fit any lifestyle. They have a board-certified orthopedic specialist who brings creativity and expertise together. Last time Seepersod faced these Pioneers, he went 5 innings of shutout baseball because that's all his team needed. So they run-rolled them 15-0. Gave up just 3 hits with 1 walk. Pioneers need to try to adjust to him here today, try to get some of those runs back.
Seepersad's going to have a little bit more velo than some of these arms in the front range league that we've seen. He's going to work that slider and that changeup as well. And he's coming off a lot of rest here, so the arm's going to be fresh.
Brings in Rivers Freckleton to lead off this inning. Freckleton in last night's game had 2 ABs and singled and walked in that game. First one at the knees is called for strike 1. That one misses outside, count evens at 1-1.
Looks like it's Tegan Maloney warming up with his right hand over in the bullpen.
The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed.
Gotta imagine that is just Outlaws messing around, but
Well, we played shortstop on Tuesday. He was right-handed then. That one called for strike 3. Seepersod getting the low part of the zone beginning of this one, and he's got the first out of the first inning here. Next, we'll bring in Paxton Markheim. First time he will hit today. Last night, reached once but went 0 for 3, so he reached on an error. First pitch to him, misses for ball 1.
gotta imagine that's just him throwing a bullpen over there.
That one is in there at the knees. Count evens at 1-1.
As he was not permitted to throw this summer, at least in game.
The 1-1's in the dirt. He said it's a little bit of a different adjustment for a guy like Seepersod on the mound, who's one of the harder throwers in this front range league compared to what they've seen over their last few games. Two ones taken inside. Markheim's worked a 3-1 count.
And for Seepersod, this is the last thing you need here. You really want to try and limit those free passes, especially with the 6-run lead already here in the first inning.
The 3-1 is fouled out of play, and the count runs full. So Markheim playing shortstop today. He's now pitching for the Pioneers. The payoff pitch is fouled out of play as well. Markheim able to battle well here early in this ball game, entering 6 for 14 on the season in league play. Payoff pitch popped up right side. Should be playable for Manuel, and he's got it for out number 2. And now it'll be Cole Roth trying to extend this first inning. Roth last night went 3 for 4 with 3 singles and a strikeout. He scored 2 runs. Both of them he scored on wild pitches. First pitch swinging as he fouls that one off.
He had a very picturesque Pete Rose slide into home on one of those, though he slid a little bit early. Was not anticipating the dirt to be as dry as it was.
As long as you touch home plate. The 0-1's fouled out of play, and it's a quick 0-2 count here to Roth. Prasad comes set and delivers the next 0-2 pitch. Roth able to foul off that off-speed pitch, just able to spoil it. Roth, the incoming freshman at Cal State Bakersfield out of Fresno, California. Four hits on the season, 2 extra base hits. The 0-2 fastball is taken just high.
I really like that take there from Roth. I really like that pitch from Prasad.
The 1-2 given on the inside part of the plate. Saw it in that last inning, and Prasad gets it here. And the Pioneers go down 1-2-3, and the Outlaws come back to bat here in the top of the second after a short break here on KDB in the Front Range League Network. Outlaws coming to bat for the second time in today's ball game. They lead 6-0 after putting up a 6 spot in that first frame. See what they do here against Markheim. Second time through. Looked a little bit more weak against him. They got a ground out, a walk, and a strikeout looking. We'll see what they can do here in his essentially second inning of work.
If you're the Outlaws, you're trying to extend at bats, try and get deep into counts, and trying to knock Markheim out of this game as quickly as you can. Try and get even deeper in that bullpen than you already are.
And with the quick defensive subs, let you know that it's Simmons in left, Solis in center, Dante Wade in right. Michael Fisher is playing over at third, Rivers Freckleton at short, Zamaripa at second with Harvey at first, Roth behind the plate. Markheim on the mound. He's had some good appearances. He's had that last appearance against his Outlaws team, struggled a little bit more. But again, as you said, just going to try to go out there, get some weak contact, get some quick innings, and hopefully just try to keep this game as close as possible.
If you're the Outlaws, you have to try and sit back. It's going to be a little bit slower than you're used to. You want to sit back, try and drive the ball as much as you can, try and attack mistakes. You've seen he's already prone to the free pass. And you don't want to get yourself into off-balance situations where you're rolling over a lot, popping up a lot in the infield. You want to try and get hard contact, sit back, especially on a slower pitcher.
Bringing Christian McKernan, who doubled his first time up, extending his hit streak to 6. As first pitch on the ground, up the middle. It's going to be a tough play for Freckleton. No throw as he loses his glove. One of those soft plays that's so tough to make no matter who you are. And Freckleton just not able to get there quickly enough.
Well, that's just the kind of day it's been for the Pioneers so far. Ball hasn't necessarily been bouncing their way so far.
Then it brings in Isaiah Murillo, who also had one of those that kind of just squeaked by the glove of Zamaripa earlier. First pitch strike to start the AB. Kernan, as I said, extended his hit streak to 6. He's now had 3 straight multi-hit games. See, as Murillo lifts that one into left field. Simmons over on it. He's got it for out number 1.
And that's a big first out. It wasn't until Seth Onnested in the 8 hole that you got that first out last inning. If you're trying to start putting up zeros here, if you're Markheim, that's the way you're going to do it, is try and get efficient outs and try and keep these hitters as off balance as you can, as that one got in on the hands of Murillo.
And now it brings in Kingston Lee.
Third baseman Kingston Lee.
One of the 6 walks the Outlaws had in that first inning. That one's taken wide. The 1-0 is swung through and missed, and the count evens at 1-1. Seen the Pioneers put up runs in bunches. We've seen them do it against this Outlaws team before, but usually haven't really seen that against Seepersod so far this year against any team. That one catches the outside corner. It's a 1-2 count. And that's what makes every single run so valuable for the Outlaws, because the further you get away, the less likely this team will even have a chance, just with how well Seepersod has pitched this year. That one's taken wide. It's a 2-2 count to the third baseman, Lee. McKernan leads off first after his leadoff single. That one swung on a miss, throw down to first, but McKernan back in time. Markheim has his second strikeout of the game, and there are 2 outs.
And we saw the Outlaws kind of struggle with this in their rough stretch. You hope that it's not just that one inning like we saw the other day in the exhibition, where it was that 1 10-run inning that was really the source of a lot of their runs, especially when they're being given the free pass or errors. You want to try and see them produce like they were last inning.
Now it's Grayson Matlock kicking from the left side this time, as the first pitch misses inside for ball 1. And a throw over to first. Good throw, but McKernan back in time. And really, it's just kind of been a couple of rough outings for Seepersod this year. 2 1/3 in his first outing, where he gave up 4 runs. That one on the ground towards second. Zamaripas bobbles it, and there will be no play. And that's the last thing you can have if you're the Pioneers, a defensive mistake on what should have been out number 3.
And the Outlaws have been so good all year with 2 outs. You hope that this doesn't turn into another one of those innings where it's a crooked number, especially with 2 outs.
Seepersod's had 2 really good performances this year. 6-inning shutout performance against the Wranglers, where he struck out 7. And then his last time out, that 5-run scoreless game where he struck out 6. First pitch to Onnested is popped up and out of play. See if the Pioneers can try to escape this inning with no damage done after that error by Zamaripa at second. The 0-1, that one launched into left field. Simmons barely has to move. That one is right at the left fielder for the second time today. He's hit it right at the left fielder for out number 3. The Outlaws get a couple of base runners, but no one scores as they still maintain that 6-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second here on KNEB in the Front Range League Network.
Last time we talked, you had nothing to say. You chose to walk, give what we had away. I hope you get what you're looking for. But babe, with me, you close the door on everything we could have been. Don't go thinking we could be friends. No, you can't bring us back from the dead. 'Cause when you know, you know. And when you don't, when it ends, it ends. When it ends,
Pioneers come to bat for the second time in this ball game here in the bottom of the second. I want to let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by The Dugout. They invite you to come check out the newest recreational option in Scottsbluff. You can register online at info@thedugoutsb.com. Once again, that's info@thedugoutsb.com. Also brought to you by Russell's Automotive, your family-owned go-to for all your quality automotive repair needs. Pioneers went 1-2-3 in that first inning with a couple of strikeout looking. And now they got 4, 5, 6. And if there's a part of your lineup you want due up here in an inning, it is this part of the lineup.
Solis, that front runner for the Front Range League MVP, and he's shown that he can cut into this league with just one swing. Ideally, you do want to see him with runners on base if you're the Pioneers. But Simmons has been a really good hitter for these Pioneers as well.
Solis and Simmons have kind of been the two stars of this team. They're batting back-to-back. And then you got Dante Wade in the 3-hole, who entering this game 2 for 3 with a .667 on base percentage. Solis will come to the plate after last night going 1 for 3 with a walk, knocked in 3 on the game.
He also had a home run robbed in that one.
First pitch on a line towards short. Not able to get it is Leslie. That is a leadoff base runner for the Pioneers, and that's exactly what you needed to see.
C. Prasad trying to get that get me over off speed for a strike, and Solis was ready to attack it. Hitting that on a line right at Leslie. Didn't give him much of a chance, however.
See if the Pioneers can keep this cooking going with Carter Simmons at the plate. Simmons last night went a perfect 3 for 3 with an RBI. First pitch, that one's lined to right center field. That's going to get through for a base hit. Solis will head to third. And the Pioneers have runners on the corners with no one out. Simmons going to try to take second as the ball got above the cutoff man, but he will decide against it and head back to first.
Yeah, just hitters making adjustments here against C. Prasad. You know he's going to be living in the zone, so they're attacking early. And that's really when you're going to be able to get C. Prasad, is when he's trying to fill up that zone early in the count. It's when you get down in the count, like we saw last inning, is when you get into trouble and he's able to use the off speed or nibble at the zone a little bit more.
And Simmons was the one guy who really felt like he saw C. Prasad well in that game. Got a hit off him. Would have had a second one, but he was thrown out after a ball got into right field. And now it is Dante Wade, and he's got runners in the corners with nobody out. First pitch at the bottom of the zone for strike one.
Like you said previously, Outlaws have already stranded 5. You're hoping to give the Pioneers a little bit of taste of their own medicine here.
He swings through that one. Now a quick 0-2 count. The young right fielder Dante Wade. The 0-2, that hit him. Trying to get out of the way of it, hit that front elbow, just barely nicked it, and that's going to load the bases. And now right here, I mean, this is the spot where you have to put runs up on the board. The base is loaded with nobody out. This is whenever you need to push the gas pedal here on C. Prasad.
And then the way you're going to do that is what the first 2 guys did, is you're attacking early, trying to attack pitches in the middle of the plate.
First pitch to Deshaun Harvey. Catches the inside corner for strike one. Home plate umpire today is giving that low part of the zone a lot here to C. Prasad in this beginning of the game as Harvey swings through that one, and it's a quick 0-2 count to the young first baseman.
And a lot of times as a pitcher, you don't really want to hunt strikeouts, but here if you're C. Prasad, you need a punch out here. You don't want this ball to get into play.
The 0-2 swung on and missed. Got him a chase at the changeup. Got that big strikeout, and that's a big out number 1.
And I like this approach from Fisher, hitting from the right side. He has a little less power from that right side, but he does have a better hit tool that we've seen so far.
First pitch swinging, goes off speed. Fisher clearly sitting fastball there. He was way out in front of it for strike one. Fisher last night was hit by 2 pitches, also singled from the right side, but ended up going 1 for 3. Huge spot here early for this bottom of the lineup. Usually you want them to set the top of the lineup, but right now you want them to try to bring in some runs. Solis and Simmons both singled. Wade was hit by a pitch. It loaded the bases. Big strikeout of Harvey. Let's get the first out of the inning. He's got Fisher at 0-1. That one back up the middle, snagged by Seepersod, and it's going to be an easy double play over at first. And Seepersod working around some early traffic, able to escape the inning unharmed, and the Outlaws still lead 6-0 as we head to the top of the third here on Front Range League Network and on KNEB. Pioneers had the bases loaded with nobody out. They can't push across any runs, and they still trail 6-0 as we head to the third frame. And as Markheim warms up for his third inning of work, I'll let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by Herstead Monument Company, serving the Valley for over 100 years. Outlaws scored a lot of runs in that first inning, but Markheim has come in and really slowed them down.
And if you're the Outlaws, we've seen them at times start to get back a little bit on their heels, get a little too comfortable in these games when they get an early lead. If you're head coach McCoy, you really want to start to see them stacking good ABs and try and put this one away early.
In that game against the Tribe, they went up early 11-0, scored 10 runs in that second inning, and then the pitcher that followed, the starting pitcher Reese Hodges, went 5 innings, allowed just 1 earned run against that Outlaws team. It's the 9-hole hitter Grady Manuel to start off this inning, and the first pitch in there for strike 1. Huge AB here for both sides. You'd love to see Manuel get on base in front of Basie. Doesn't keep him off as that one hit pretty well into center. Solis gets a bad read on it. It keeps carrying. It's over his head. Solis plays it, throws it into second, but Manuel is in safely with his third double of the season.
First extra base hit here in Nebraska for the summer. Both previous doubles coming in Fort Morgan.
And now there's a runner in scoring position for the leadoff hitter, Braden Basie. Got 2 ABs in that first inning. He walked. He also grounded out to short, but drove in a run. His 23rd RBI in the season. Tying Tegan Maloney. Is that one on a line to center? Solis has got it. Manuel just misread it, and that's going to be an easy double play.
And when we say about getting lackadaisical, playing back on your heels, that's it right there. Getting a bad read on a ball hit on a line right at Solis. You just got to stay put there. You're a runner on second base. You don't have to run.
Yeah, that was a mistake play. And now there are 2 outs for Tegan Maloney. The first pitch misses wide for ball 1. You said that's when the Outlaws really start to struggle. It's just mishaps like that on the base paths or in the field. So that one's fouled out of play. The count evens at 1-1.
And it's really basic stuff. It's not necessarily things that are fixable or like necessarily them, the other team beating you. It's really them beating themselves a lot of the time.
And that one at the knees for strike 2. Maloney down 1-2. He was down 1-2 in his second AB.
Double, and then it just immediately gets killed with that double play.
Next 1-2. Just misses. Maybe a bit inside. The count evens at 2-2. That one on the ground towards first. Playable by Harvey. He will take it himself to first. And after that leadoff double, the line out double play and the ground out in the frame, and the Outlaws go scoreless once again. They still lead 6-0 as we get to the bottom of the third here on KNB, the Front Range League Network.
From the first moment I saw you, I knew I had to make you mine. Wanted to know everything about you. I didn't want to waste no time. What's something I can do for you, darling? That would make you smile. I'll bring you flowers, girl, enough to see for miles. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow.
Head to the third inning here, or bottom of the third here at Oregon Trail Park. Pioneers had the bases loaded in their last half inning. Looked like they were finally trying to get to Seepersod, but weren't able to push across a run. But they need to put that behind them and get something going here because they trail 6-0. If they want a chance, they need to try to get some of those runs back as early as possible.
And if you want advice as a hitter, you want to take advice from those first two at-bats in that last inning, attacking Seepersod early and attacking those pitches over the heart of the plate. That's what Solis and Simmons were able to do, and they were able to hit that ball on the line and have success.
That's Ray Zamaripa. Seepersod taking his time on the mound, and now time is called by Zamaripa. And you kind of said it. Against a guy like Zamaripa, first pitch off speed would be the probable attack here. Let's call the outside corner for strike 1. Zamaripa has been really good at the plate as far as patience goes. Been earning a lot of walks recently. He's walked 12 times this summer. Takes that one low, count evens. He's only struck out 12 times as well. The 1-1 at the knees. It's a 1-2 count.
And Seepersod just living at the bottom of the zone. If he's going to get those borderline calls down there, you really want to live there.
And if the Pioneers at the plate, got to be able to adjust to them. The 1-2 on the ground towards short. Leslie misplays it. Just takes a bad hop, and the Pioneers for the second straight inning have their leadoff runner on base. Now it brings in Rivers Freckleton. He struck out looking his first time up, one of the 3 victims of the strikeout, first time through the lineup. We'll see what this team has second time through against Seepersod. First pitch swinging, that one's going to find the hole on the right side of the infield. Zamaripa is going to stay put at second, and for the second straight inning again, they have 2 leadoff singles. See if they can try to capitalize on it this time.
It seems like they've kind of cracked the code here. It's just swinging first pitch.
3 of the 4 singles have come on the first pitch That one as well, and now it's Paxton Markheim. He popped out 2-2 his first time up. Again, need to take advantage of these early hits. Try to put some pressure on this Outlaws team. And Seaprasad will step off and reset. They've already had more hits in this game than they did the last time against Seaprasad, as that first pitch swung on and missed. First pitch hunting there again, but that one just a bit above the zone.
That's what you're going to have to do if you're Seaprasad. You really want to try and get first pitch strikes if you're a pitcher, but if they start attacking that first pitch strike, you're going to have to mix it up a little bit.
That one misses outside count, evens at 1-1. Seaprasad has a sign, he comes set. That one popped up right side, back behind the plate and out of play. So it's a 1-2 count here to Markheim. With Roth, Solis, and Simmons awaiting after Markheim, you'd love to get this big first out of the inning. The 1-2 misses in the dirt. Markheim able to hold up on it. Good stop by Matlock to keep the runners where they're at. And the count evens at 2-2.
We saw Seaprasad the last time he was in a strikeout situation, able to get that strikeout of Harvey. You'd really love to see a strikeout here of Markheim.
The 2-2 delivery. That one up the middle, just past the glove of Seaprasad. The only play will be to first, which it is in time for out number 1. But both runners will advance on the productive out by Markheim. With one away and with how they've been attacking that first pitch, like you said, this is probably a first pitch you don't want to hit the zone.
You saw that last one miss to Markheim. Especially to these next 3 hitters. They've been dangerous so far.
Especially to a young hitter like Cole Roth, maybe go high fastball or potentially try to drop one out of the zone. First pitch, he does exactly that, but Roth able to hold up on it. So it's a 1-0 count. Runners at second and third. Pioneers trying to crawl back from that 6-0 deficit. The 1-0 pitch, that line back up the middle, that's going to get through for a base hit. It will score 1 run. They're going to hold Freckleton at third. And the Pioneers will crack the scoreboard at 6-1 on the Wesco scoreboard.
And again, just those pitches getting a little bit too much to the plate there, becoming a little bit too predictable.
Both teams with 5 hits on the scoreboard, but the Outlaws with 6 runs. Difference being 6 walks on the side of the Pioneers, no walks on the side of Seaprasad.
But if you're hoping to cut in that lead here, this is the guy you want up.
And Sean Harvey will go in courtesy run for Cole Roth, the catcher in tonight's ball game. Now brings in a dangerous bat at Jacob Solis. And with one swing of the bat, he can make this game a lot more interesting. Him and Simmons, who waits on deck, both took first pitches for singles. First pitch swinging there. That's chopper. Could be 2. Leslie toss a second for 1. Throw to first. That one is in time. And for the second straight inning, the Outlaws able to get a double play to escape danger. The Pioneers do get a run, but they leave more on their plate as they trail by 5 as we head to the 4th here on KNEB in the Front Range League Network.
But I promise you for sure, girl, my love is always yours. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise you for sure, girl, my love is always yours. I love your style, and I love your grace. Said I love to put a smile on your pretty little face. I love it when you're close to me. That's where I want you to always be. I didn't know when I found you that I would find a love so true. And you can see it in my eyes. That girl, you've got me hypnotized. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise.
Prasad's been using a little bit of magic to escape those last 2 frames. He's only given up 1 run. Pioneers, as I said, been leaving some meat on the bone in those last 2 innings. And as Markheim continues to warm up for his 3rd full inning of work, let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by Castle & Cook. Contact Jennifer Urios, your local 5-star lender with Castle & Cook Mortgage for a simple, friendly, and fast loan process for your home purchase or refinance. Contact Jennifer today. Castle & Cook Mortgage, the key to your castle. Prasad again. He's been hit quite a bit, but he's looked impressive in those tough spots.
Just being able to elicit that soft contact, that jam shot right back at him. He's able to catch it, throw over to first base. Then that ground ball double play from Solis and a dangerous bat. He took the same approach to Prasad as he should, as he had success with it last time, but Prasad able to make the adjustment, get the ground ball, and get out of the inning.
Markheim out there. He's worked 3 2/3. He surrendered a walk and 2 hits, but hasn't allowed a run to score off of him. See if he can try to keep that rhythm going here as he'll face Gideon Leslie. Leslie, who struck out looking his first time against Markheim. First one popped up right side. Zamaripa out on it. In on it is Wade, and Wade will bring it in for out number 1. So doing exactly what he needs to do, getting first pitch weak contact, and gets the out there.
You want those efficient outs. You want those 1-pitch outs. You want that soft contact. That's how you're going to start eating these innings that you really need to for Eric Toller here.
And out brings in McKernan, who has one of the 2 hits against Markheim. It was a soft infield single. So the first pitch misses inside for ball 1. Markheim just trying to keep that 5-run deficit where it's at. The Pioneers have gotten 1. So that one lined into right center field. Wade and Solis converging, but it will tail towards Wade, and he will be called on to make the first 2 outs of the inning.
A quick first 2 outs at that. And like we said, the Outlaws just getting a little back on their heels right now.
As you were saying, just 3 pitches to get 2 outs, and now he faces Isaiah Murillo. A single and a flyout in this game. Trying to extend what would be a very quick 4th frame. First pitch misses in the dirt for ball 1.
A little surprised Markheim didn't try and attack the zone there. Almost an automatic take for Murillo.
That one misses wide. It's a 2-0 count. It's the Gering native who on the season a 443 on base percentage with 17 walks. He's only struck out 13 times. Takes that one inside, and it's a quick 3-0 count, trying to extend this 4th inning.
If you're Markheim, you want to try and keep doing what you're doing, living in the zone, eliciting that soft contact. The speed difference is messing with these Outlaws right now.
Murillo taking all the way as that one finds the zone. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one back up the middle. Solis will come in on it, but it will not hang up long enough. The Outlaws get a 2-out hit to extend the inning to Kingston Lee. They've had 1 hit in each of the 3 innings against Markheim here.
If you're Kingston Lee, you just want to try and find a way to extend this inning. If you're Murillo, you want to be smart over there. Don't want to run into an out like you did last inning.
Throw to first gets away from Harvey, but not far enough for Murillo to try to advance. Lee has one time against Markheim in this game, struck out swinging. Did walk his first time up. First pitch swinging there, throw back on Murillo, but a bit of a high throw. There won't be a tag. Seen Roth do that a few times, just trying to keep those Outlaws honest on their secondaries. The 0-1 pitch is taken high and the count evens. Lee with 4 doubles this season, 13 RBIs. A throw over to first. Count even at 1-1. Markheim set on the mound. That one, fly ball right field. It's in foul territory, but could be playable for Harvey. But it will land foul for strike number 2.
Murillo has shown off his speed so far. 5 stolen bases on the summer. Don't want to run into that third out, however.
Lee back in the right-handed batter's box with a 1-2 count. Markheim delivers wide. So after those first 2 quick outs, a couple of long ABs for Markheim on the mound. The 2-2 misses wide. Another great play by Roth behind the plate. The count runs full. And Amarillo will get a head start on this next pitch.
And if you're Kingston Lee here, you've already proved it, but you want to try and be a tough out here for Markheim. You don't want it to be easy here.
The payoff pitch misses low. So that puts runners at first and second, still with 2 outs. The Outlaws once again trying to make one of these 2-out rallies happen here in the top of the 4th. Trying to add to that 6-1 lead. Brings in Grayson Matlock, who walked his first time up, reached his last time on an error by Zamaripa at second.
And you talk about the Pioneers leaving something to be desired. Outlaws have been the same way. 5 runners already left on base so far.
First pitch misses inside. That's an early 1-0 count. Matlock hitting from the left side in this AB. That one on line towards Harvey, and it's right at him as he makes the snagging catch for out number 3. The Outlaws strand 2 more. They've stranded 7 so far in 4 innings, but doesn't matter as of now because they still lead 6-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on KNB in the Front Range League. Pioneers come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Outlaws scored 6 runs in that first inning, but since then they've been muted by Paxton Markheim.
And leaving something to be desired as well. With Markheim out there, they've left 4 runners on base in just 3 full innings of work from him. as well as the 3 they left on base back in the first inning, although they were able to score 6 runs in that inning.
The Pioneers at the plate have had 5 hits over the last 2 innings, but have only put across 1 run. They've had some opportunities. Had the bases loaded in the second with nobody out, no one scored. Then had runners on the corners, and even with a hit from Cole Roth that scored 1. So at least grounds into that double play. No more runs score. But again, it's good to see them. They at least seem to have figured out something on Prasad here. Second time they've seen him over the last week or so. And now it's Carter Simmons who, in 3 ABs against Prasad, has put the ball in the outfield all 3 times.
Simmons had that approach of attacking early. We've seen that have success, although we've also seen that not turn out in their favor, as that double play from Solis was the final out of the inning.
First pitch swinging towards the shortstop, Leslie. Throw to first in the dirt, but it is dug out by McKernan for a quick out number 1.
And we've seen those picks be tough on these Front Range League first basemen, especially on this infield, and he's able to make a big scoop there for big out number 1.
Now it's Dante Wade. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Continues his on-base ways. He's now reached 4 times in 6 plate appearances. Actually, 5 times in 7 plate appearances. So that first pitch misses inside for ball 1. He's earned 2 walks. He's been hit twice. And he has a single as well. The 1-0 misses low, and that's a quick 2-0 count to Wade. See what this bottom of the lineup can do against Prasad this time. He swings through that one. Count moves to 2-1. Takes that one low, giving it that one, and the count evens at 2-2. So another 2-strike count here for Prasad. See what he has against Wade this time. That one in the dirt. Count runs full. Could it be here from Wade? He's had a lot of those this year. Obviously, he hasn't played a ton of Front Range baseball. Payoff pitch. That one on a line over the shortstop of Leslie. And the 6th hit from the Pioneers over their last 3 innings. They have a 1-out base runner over at first.
And again, that pitch just getting too much to the plate. I understand that Prasad is trying to attack there with the full count, not wanting to elicit the walk, but that pitch just got too much of the zone, and Wade did not miss it.
Now it brings in Deshaun Harvey. He went down swinging his first time up with the bases loaded. Wade with a big lead, he takes off. Pitch called strike 1. Throw down is not in time. Gets away, but not far enough away for Wade to advance. Looks like he might have slid into the base a little bit wrong, as he is limping over there at second.
This is the last thing you need. Fitzpatrick went down yesterday with an injury. This Pioneers roster is just getting beat up.
Able to walk around on it. Looks like it's nothing serious. It's good to see him stay in the game with that stolen base, his 2nd of the year. And now Deshaun Harvey will step back into the left-handed batter's box with an 0-1 count. Prasad comes set. The 0-1 pitch is fouled back into the glove of Matlock, and Harvey behind it, another 0-2 count. So I'll dial in a changeup below the zone to get him swinging the first time. Supersod has his sign. He comes set. Go-to pitch. Goes fastball above the zone, and Harvey can't hold up on it. Goes down swinging for the second time. Fourth strikeout for Supersod, and there are 2 away for Michael Fisher. See if the Pioneers can try to give the Outlaws some of their own medicine with a 2-out rally. Fisher was one of the 2 double plays. He lined it back to the pitcher's first time. Wade takes off. That's a slow roller to short. Could be trouble. Lee tries to play it. He can't. Wade trying to take home. Throw to the plate. It is in time. And the Pioneers trying to steal a run, get thrown out at the plate with a strong throw from Gideon Leslie. And the Pioneers are scoreless once again here in the 4th inning. Outlaws still lead 6-1 here on the KNB in the Front Range League Network.
I am waiting for a bus at the end of the night. Under street lamp, bed face flamed by the light. I'm going away. I'm gone away. I'm gone away. And the sun gonna shine on a brand new day. Must be somewhere welcome me into the fold. Blooming flowers, as much as I can hold. I'm gone.
Through 4 here at Oregon Trail Park. And as Markheim warms up for another inning of work, I want to let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by Floyd's Truck Center, your commercial farm and feed truck center, representing Freightliner, Western Star and Harsh, 322 South Beltline, Highway East in Scottsbluff. Also brought to you by Ryan's Welding, selling PJ Texas trailers in a wide variety of sizes, as well as offering a full-service welding shop. So once again, the Pioneers put pressure on Supersod, but him and the Outlaws defense come through with a big throw from Gideon Leslie to make sure that Wade doesn't score from second on that infield single.
And I really like the send there. Wade has a lot of speed, and Leslie need to be almost perfect to make sure to get that out at the plate. Wade had third base stolen, so he really just needs to move up another 90 feet to score there.
Now the Outlaws still trying to find a way to score on Markheim, as it's Seth Onised, first pitch to him, misses inside for ball 1.
And we talk about these Outlaws having success today. It's this bottom half of the order. You really want to see them set the table for the top.
That one misses wide, and it's a 2-0 count. Seen the Outlaws put some pressure on them. They stranded 4 over 3 full innings against Markheim. Stranded the bases loaded against him back in the first inning. So that pitch misses wide, and it's a quick 3-0 count. Last couple of innings, Markheim been a little bit more erratic as far as control goes. 3-0 swinging in the air to right. Wade slips a little bit, but it will hang up with plenty of time for him to bring it in for out number 1. Do you like the 3-0 green light on a guy on the mound who's been accurate for most of the game?
I think at the bottom of the order, I don't know if I would necessarily give the green light there. But again, I'm not down in the dugout. I'm up here in the booth.
That's Grady Manuel. First pitch to him misses wide for ball 1. Manuel hit a ball to dead center for a leadoff double in the 3rd inning, but was caught on a line out on the very next pitch. That one catches the bottom of the zone, count evens at 1-1. The 1-1 misses inside. It's a 2-1 count. Markheim now 4 full innings of work. Hasn't allowed a run. Struck out 2. He's allowed 2 walks, and he's surrendered 3 hits. That one popped up behind the plate. Roth seems to have it, and he does for out number 2.
And we're not seeing great swings when these Outlaws can get up in counts, especially here at the bottom of the order. That one just popped up right in front of him, or behind him, I guess, in the form of Manuel, and then Onnested just not getting great bat on that 3-0 count.
And now brings in Braden Basie, stole his 30th bag of the season earlier in the game after a leadoff walk. Against Markheim, he's 0 for 2 as the first pitch called for strike 1. So last time up did hit it well, but right to the center fielder Solis. Fouls that one off, and Basie quickly behind 0-2. And a lot of zeros up on the Wesco scoreboard. But a big 6 in that first inning stands the difference. The 0-2 pitch hit well to left. In on it is Simmons, but a late read. And it will be a 2-out single to extend the inning to Tegan Maloney.
And we've seen them try and put these 2-out rallies together. You'd like to see them come through on one of them. You don't want to leave more runners left on base.
Brings in Maloney. A couple of walks and a ground out to third in this game for him. First pitch misses wide for ball 1. Talked about this at the beginning of the game, but entering this ball game since July 11th, Maloney 10 for 16 with 6 walks during that time. Quick check on Basie. Had 4 multi-hit games, the slash line being 625, 739, 1225. So that one's fouled out of play, and the count evens at 1-1. It's good for an OPS of just south of 2,000. Another check on Basie, still nothing doing.
Pretend I don't know about baseball statistics and OPS. Is that any good?
I don't think you know anything about baseball. A big number like that's always good. That pitch called a strike, throw down, gets past Freckleton. Basie going to head for third. I think they're going to call interference either way, as it looks like Freckleton had his arm stuck on Basie. Wasn't going to be a play anyways. Basie has another stolen base as Maloney down 1-2. Basie now leads off third. The 1-2 pitch misses high. Count evens at 2-2. That one's fouled out of play. Count still 2-2 to Maloney, who has drawn 2 walks in this game. Takes that one low and away, and it is ball 3, although scoreboard said 3-2. So Maloney thought it was ball 4, but instead the count is just full. And you got a couple of bases open. It's a very dangerous bat in the batter's box. Not that it gets extremely easier by any means behind him. You don't want to just leave something over the heart of the plate. Payoff pitch. That one does miss inside base, or Maloney rather has 3 walks on the game, and that will put runners on the corners with 2 outs for Gideon Leslie. He started the scoring with an RBI single back in the first. Since then, a strikeout looking and a flyout to right. Markheim trying to strand 2 more base runners to keep that 5-run deficit where it's at. First pitch chopper towards third, but it will bounce over McCoy at third in foul territory for strike 1.
Be interesting to see how they do this with base running. You often see the Outlaws try and take away that force out. Haven't seen them really try it with Roth yet.
That one in there on the inside part of the plate. It's a quick 0-2 count. Maloney does have 6 stolen bags on the year, and he has not been thrown out. Tries to take second. That pitch misses low. Throw goes down. He is out at second base, and Basie will not score. And the Pioneers able to maintain that deficit at 5 as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on KDB in the Front Range League Network. Pioneers come to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and it is 9-1-2. The same part of the lineup that got that 1 run in the 3rd. We'll see if they can try to do the same here with Zamaripa at the plate, who singled his first time up.
And you're just trying to replicate what you did last time, trying to make those adjustments. We've seen Seepersod make those adjustments this second time through the order here. He's able to get, especially those big bats, a little bit more off balance, get those ground balls, especially from Solis and Simmons.
There has been a lot of early attacking by this Pioneers team. 7 hits in this ball game, which matches the mark by the Outlaws. 4 of those hits have come in on first pitch swings. But at the same time, Seepersod has not allowed an extra base hit for a team like the Pioneers that have hit a ton of extra base hits, especially during this 9-game stretch.
And what the big thing has been outside of those 2 line drive singles back in the 2nd is those just keeping them off balance enough to really get that launch and that barrel under the ball.
Zamaripa steps in 1 for 1 here against Seepersod. First pitch swinging at that one, popped up behind the plate. Matlock seems to have a read on it, and he does have it for out number 1. So now back to the top of the lineup in the form of Rivers Freckleton. He singled his last time up, struck out looking his first time. One of those first pitch singles.
It's been the game of runners left on base here so far for both teams.
First pitch misses low out of the zone for ball 1. Also, double plays being a huge thing for the Outlaws. They've turned 2 of them. Both have ended innings before any more damage could be done. One doesn't quite catch the inside corner. Seepersod behind 2-0. Just the second time this game that he can say that. That one does catch the outside corner. Hasn't had a 3-0 count yet this game. As we've been saying, he's been all around the zone the entire game. Even those first 2 misses didn't miss by a ton. 2-1, hit well into left. It is hooking into foul territory. Murillo is giving it a look, but it will land in the bullpen for strike number 2. Freckleton now with 2 strikes in this 2-2 count. Seepersod delivers. That one is swung on and missed, got him off stride. 5th strikeout for Seepersod, and there are 2 quick outs in the inning.
This is really what Seepersod needed. He kind of needed a little bit of a quick inning. The 2nd and the 3rd went a little bit longer than he probably would have liked. Just faced 4 batters in that last inning. But 2 quick outs here.
Now Paxton Markheim searching for his first hit of the game. Called for strike one. See if they can try to extend this inning. The 4 guys behind Markheim all have 1 hit in this game. The 0-1, that one's back up the middle. That one's going to get past the diving manual for a 2-out base hit, and they do extend the inning to bring in Cole Roth. Roth struck out looking his first time up, but made the adjustments. Second pitch he saw, he was able to line back up the middle for an RBI hit. So now Freckleton will courtesy run for Markheim. We've seen the speed of Freckleton all season. 8 stolen bags on the year, and with 2 outs to see if they want to try to be aggressive here.
We saw them run into that final out that last inning. I didn't hate the send by any means, sending Wade home on that soft ground ball in the infield.
Seversod toes the rubber. He comes set. First pitch swinging. Chopper towards short. Leslie's got it. Long throw to first is in time. Pioneers do get a 2-out hit, but do nothing with it. And they will go down scoreless once again here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Head to the 6th. Pioneers still trail 6-1 on the West Coast scoreboard after a short break here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network.
Then the sun gonna shine on a brand new day for me. A brand new day for love. Brand new day for me. Brand new day for love. Brand new day for me. Brand new day for love. Brand new day for me. Brand new day for love. Yeah.
Paxton Markheim out there for another inning of work, and why not? He's been excellent. Just they haven't really figured him out, although after those last 2 innings, he got 2 quick outs, and they put a couple of runners on, just weren't able to push across any runs. They've now stranded 8 runners on base this game. We say it a lot. When you're stranding that many runners on base, it can really hurt you later in the game. Fortunately for them, they're up 6-1, but it's one of those things that when you look back on this one, if the Pioneers are able to scratch across a few more runs and make this game interesting, you're really going to start thinking about it.
And another thing is that you had a chance to go home early. You put up 6 runs in that first inning. You're thinking, okay, we're going to be out of here in 7. Instead, you still need to score 5 more runs in the next 2 innings if you want to go home early and still hold the Pioneers to nothing.
The Pioneers on the other side have had opportunities as well. They've grinded into 2 double plays, and they've stranded 5 of their own. So both these teams, you're going to look back on this, no matter which team you are, even if you won, you're going to look back at this and be like, we had opportunities to either blow this one more open for the Outlaws or to come back in this one for the Pioneers. Either way, you're going to go home a little bit frustrated, but one of these teams, it's going to hurt a little bit less because you'll come home with a win.
If you're McCoy, a win does clinch a playoff berth, but you want to be fresh for those playoffs. So if you're able to finish this off in 7, you possibly could just have Seversod finish it off. Instead, you're likely going to have to go to that bullpen at some point.
Now brings in Gideon Leslie, who was at the plate when Maloney was caught trying to steal second. It's the 3rd runner out of 6 that have tried to steal on Roth that have been caught stealing in league play.
If you're wondering why he's going to be heading to a D1 college next year, that is why.
First pitch to Leslie misses below the zone for ball 1. That, and very rarely does he let balls get by him with runners on base. That one catches the corner, count evens at 1-1.
I do find it a little bit interesting. He is normally up in a squat instead of down on one knee with runners on base. You don't necessarily see that as much anymore at the catching position.
That one lifted to center, and a diving catch from Jacob Solis takes a hit away from Gideon Leslie. Solis makes a great defensive play on a ball that looked like it was going to drop. Instead, it is out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. That brings in Christian McKernan, a double, a single, float to right back in the 4th inning. This is his last at-bat. First pitch at the knees for strike 1. That hit back in the 2nd against Markheim was an infield single that just went past his glove. That one misses outside, count evens. The 1-1 delivery. Lifted right side into foul territory. Harvey moving over on it, and he's got it for out number 2. So 3rd straight inning, the Pioneers and Markheim have 2 quick outs. They've not been able to finish a 1-2-3 inning in those 2 innings, as both of those innings ended up with 2 runners on. Isaiah Murillo, who actually singled back in the 4th to extend an inning. 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI as the first pitch catches the corner for strike 1. The 0-1 delivery. That one catches the outside corner. Murillo's quickly behind 0-2.
You want to try and see him put up a quality at-bat here, a team at-bat, trying to extend this inning, trying to be selfless, pass the stick to the next guy.
The 0-2, that one's taken high.
Being smart in the box. We've seen that from Murillo. He's got a plus 400 on base percentage. Don't do that by being undisciplined at the plate.
The 1-2 pitch. Soft roller, too short. Freckleton charges. Throw to first is wide. Was not going to be in time anyways. Now Murillo trying to get to second. Throw over, and that gets past, but Simmons backing him up. So another infield single off the bat of an Outlaw extends this inning.
Infield single, E6 on the throw. That makes Murillo 3 hits on the night for him.
And now it extends the inning to Kingston Lee. First pitch to him misses wide for ball 1. He walked his last time up. The Outlaws have had at least 1 hit in every inning. Throw back to second is into center field. Murillo trying to take third, so Lease can't grab it, and a runner will be at third base for the 2nd straight inning.
It almost looked like Murillo baited him a little bit there.
So compounding mistakes, and instead of a 2-out base runner being at first, a 2-out base runner is at third. That one on the ground towards short. Freckleton has it. Throw to first. That one is in time. And they will strand another base runner in scoring position as the Outlaws have gone 5 straight innings of scoreless baseball. And Paxton Markheim has been working a gem out of the bullpen. Well, that's at the bottom of the 6th. Pioneers trailing by 5 here on KNB in the Front Range League Network.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to
4, 5, 6 do it for the Pioneers here in the 6th innings. They need to try to get some runs back. They still trail by 5 in this ball game. It was 6 runs scored by the Outlaws back in the 1st inning, and since then they've been held scoreless. But the Pioneers, even with opportunities, have only scored 1 run in this ball game. And as Prasad finishes his warm-ups, to let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by Viera Wireless, Hometown Roots, Global Reach, Viera Wireless, Scottsbluff. Also brought to you by Independent Plumbing and Heating, Inc. They have been servicing the Western Nebraska Panhandle since 1933.
Looks like it's going to be Carter Reisig out of the bullpen today for Zach McCoy. We've seen some of these bulk starter guys start to move to the bullpen after eating a lot of innings for these Outlaws throughout this summer.
And Prasad's going to be out there. Pioneers have had 8 hits, all coming in the last 4 innings, but only 1 run has come across. He's done a good job at stranding runners. He's done a good job at working double plays. But this is a part of the lineup that was able to get to him back in the 2nd. Solis and Simmons both with singles. Wade singled in the 4th inning. Solis wants to make up for that double play he grounded into back in the 3rd as well.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Solis try and attack that first pitch here. He's just seen 2 so far today.
First pitch misses from Prasad. That one looked fairly intentional as well.
One of the more dangerous, if not the most dangerous hitter in the Front Range League this season.
The 1-0, that one on line. That's in the right field for a base hit. Solis charging down first to make sure he doesn't get thrown out at first like the guy who's coming to the plate in Carter Simmons against Prasad last time these foes faced. Now it brings in Simmons, who singled after Solis back in the 2nd, trying to do the same here. Another guy who's only seen 2 pitches in this game.
Next up is the hitter, Carter Simmons.
Simmons began the game as a DH. He entered to play left field after Caden Ferguson left. First pitch swinging, and that one's hit well dead center, but just a little bit under it, as Onised will have enough time to bring it in for out number 1.
Don't think the wind's blowing out today.
That flag is about as dead as it can get. So with 1 out, it brings in Dante Wade, who's reached twice. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Full count single back in the 4th inning. So Pioneers can try to rally here a little bit, just try to get some of those runs back. You don't want Reisig to enter this game with a 5-run lead. Check over on Solis. He's back with plenty of time.
Seen Reisig have success against these Pioneers this year. He's also seen him struggle at times, however.
First pitch swinging for Wade as it's popped up into foul territory. McKernan moving over on it, but it will land in out of play for strike 1.
Reisig does have the fortune of having extended time off recently.
Some would say that even sometimes that isn't fortune because you're rusty a little bit.
I had the opportunity to catch his flat ground bullpen the other day. Seemed like he was working that fastball pretty well.
Another check of Solis.
He's going to be the same pitch mix as Prasad, fastball, slider, changeup.
Solis takes off. Pitch misses low. Throw down. It's just a bit wide. He gets into the outfield. Solis going to try to take 3rd, and he will with no throw. And now a 2nd run for the Pioneers, stand just 90 feet away with less than 2 outs. Counts even at 1-1. So that's the first error for the Outlaws in this game. Defense had been looking really good up until that point. Now if you're Wade, you got to find a way to get that run in somehow, some way. The 1-1 pitch. Didn't mean to go. He did. Doesn't matter. It's in the zone either way, and it's a 1-2 count. Prasad sets and delivers. Misses low. Works the count to 2-2. It was a full count single his last time up. That one misses low. Great stop by Matlock, but the count runs full. Do have a couple of bases open. You have the guy on deck, the only guy in the Pioneers lineup without a hit in this game. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, made a late decision and couldn't catch up to the pitch. He got 6 strikeouts in the game, now does Seepersod. And that will bring in Deshaun Harvey, trying to turn around his fortunes. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
On 6 pitches, nonetheless.
He's had him guessing all night.
Next at bat, first baseman, Sean Harvey.
First pitch to Harvey. Fouls that one out of play for strike 1. Trying to work an immaculate inning of strikeouts against Harvey today. The 0-1 pitch is fouled directly back, and Harvey in another 0-2 count. Struck him out once on a changeup below the zone. Got him swinging at a fastball above the zone last time. The 0-2 pitch takes that one above the zone. So Lee stands at third. He singled to begin the inning, stole a bag, got to third on an error. 1-2, swung on a miss, gets away from Matlock. And there will not be a throw, and the Pioneers will get a gift on the wild pitch as Solis will score.
They had out number 3 right there. Unfortunately, Matlock just cannot keep that one in front.
Now 6-2 on the West Coast scoreboard. Pioneers still trail by 4. We'll see if they can try to extend this 6th inning after that wild pitch. Strikeout of Deshaun Harvey allows him to reach first and allows Solis to get home. First pitch swinging out in front of the off speed for strike 1. Fisher had that infield single back in the 4th inning, although it did lead to Dante Wade eventually being thrown out at the plate. That one on the ground towards short. Lee tries to cut her off, but a bad bounce, and everybody is safe. Be ruled as an infield single by Michael Fisher. We've seen that lip give a few bad bounces this year, and that one is just unlucky for the Outlaws.
And who knows, maybe Zamaripa powers into one here and makes it a 1-run game here in the 9-hole.
Saw Zamaripa last night put a charge into one. Hit it pretty far into left. At this point, obviously the bottom of the lineup, their job is to try to keep pass the torch. First pitch takes that one for strike 1.
Seepersod is already up to 7 strikeouts on the day. That 7th strikeout, however, did get by Matlock, which is Harvey on second base.
The 0-1 front door breaker. Now Zamaripa down to an 0-2 count. His single back in the 3rd was with 2 strikes. 2 runners on, 2 outs. There is 1 in this inning.
Gotta imagine this is going to be Alon's possibly last hitter.
That one misses inside. Seepersod, after Zamaripa called time, he didn't move. He just stayed on the rubber. Just waiting for him. Zamaripa calls time again. Looks like there was something that he wanted to be stopped. Not sure what. Either way, the count still stands at 1-2. Harvey leads off second, Fisher off first. The 1-2 misses high, and that moves to 2-2. And this is what we've seen from Zamaripa a lot in this month of July. It's long at-bats. It's drawing these at-bats, earning walks, willing to get hit by a pitch. Now the 2-2. That one misses low, and now a full count. Had him at 0-2. It's to full. Both runners will get a head start on this next pitch. Top of the lineup is looming. Payoff pitch. That one hit well into center. Should stay up long enough for Murillo to get to it, though. And it is. Pioneers strand 2 more. They do get a run thanks to a wild pitch with Deshaun Harvey up. But they strand 2 more base runners. Now 7 on the day they've stranded. And they trail 6-2 as we head to the final 3 innings of this ball game here on KNB in the Front Range League Network.
All right, Mallory, let me have the mic for a minute. For those of you who were here last night, we're going to do this every home game for the rest of the year. We have a bunch of stuff at the office that's we just don't need anymore from previous years, things like that. So we're going to come out every night for the rest of the year and throw them in the stands for you guys. And then next Wednesday at our last Piles game, anything else we have, we'll just come in the gate and grab it. But if you want to make some noise, you'll get some stuff. If you don't want to make noise, I'll keep it myself.
Paxton Markheim back out there for another inning of work. And, I mean, at this point, why not? He's been able to hold them scoreless in this game that felt like it was going to get out of hand early. But he has gone 5 straight innings out of the bullpen of scoreless baseball. He's 5 2/3 overall in this game. The Outlaws at the plate have had exactly 1 hit in each of the last 5 innings, but they have not been able to push across a run as they have stranded 9 base runners in this ballgame.
And we've been saying a lot, it's this bottom of the order that is going to need to produce for you here. In Matlock, Onestead, and Manuel. We saw Manuel get into one, hit a double out into center field, but then he makes the base running mistake and kills that entire inning.
He's at 7-8-9. First with Grayson Matlock hitting from the left side here. So the first pitch misses low for ball 1. Against Markheim, this bottom part of the lineup is 1 for 6. That only hit coming from Grady Manuel. 1-0 on the ground towards second. Zamaripa's got it, and the throw to first. Bit low, but Harvey able to dig it out for out number 1.
Looks like Matlock got down that line a little bit quicker than Zamaripa was expecting. Had to rush the throw a little bit. Does not matter, however.
Now brings in Seth Onestead. The only Outlaw not to reach in this game. Hit the ball well a couple of times, though. 2 flats to left, 1 to right.
Next up, Seth Onestead.
Markheim's first pitch misses high and tight, forcing Onestead to duck back out of that one. It's now 6 overall innings for Markheim out of the bullpen.
6 needed innings at that.
Onestead off stride and can't make contact with that off speed. Count evens at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Ripped down the left field line, but way foul. So Onestead behind 1-2. Markheim comes set. Looking for a big second out here in this inning. That one hit well into left, but it's going to hook foul. Just a little bit out in front of these last 2 pitches is Onestead. Markheim comes set, delivers the 1-2 pitch, misses wide. So the count evens at 2-2. Two called for strike 3 at the bottom of the zone. Third strikeout for Markheim. That is 0-2. There's 2 outs. And now it is Grady Manuel trying to turn the tables on this lineup.
Next up, second baseman, Brady Manuel.
He's reached twice, a double and a walk, and he popped out back to the catcher in his last AB. First one taken wide for ball 1.
You got to try and find a way to extend this inning. We've seen them run dry on a lot of these, especially on those first 2 outs. He's done that so well today in Markheim.
That one misses as well, and it's a 2-0 count.
Although they've yet to go 1, 2, 3 yet, even though he's gotten the first 2 so quickly almost every inning.
That one misses inside, so a 3-0 count. The last 4 innings, Markheim has gotten the first 2 batters out, and each time the Outlaws have extended the inning, and they do it again here with a 4-pitch walk of Grady Manuel. And it sets the table for Braden Basie with 2 outs to try to keep the inning alive. Basie with a walk, a single. He's stolen 2 bags. So lined into that double play back in the 3rd. That first pitch is taken wide for ball 1. It's now 5 straight pitches that have missed from Markheim. And that one, they're going to say it hit Basie. It's number 21 on the season.
+9, +10.
I'm not going to answer that question, as that puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. And once again, for the 3rd time in 4 innings, they have gotten 2 2-out base runners. This time in front of Tegan Maloney. Still doesn't have a hit in this game, but he's reached 3 times on 3 walks. Was caught stealing 2 in the 5th inning. That one is in there at the knees for strike 1.
Maloney's been very disciplined at the plate today. Just unfortunately got caught stealing that last time out. Gone to a full count, eat every single at bat.
That one at the knees as well.
Other than that ground out.
So quickly Maloney behind 0-2. Each time he got to that full count walk, he was at 1-2. Just earned his way into a walk. To get the call just outside the zone, and it's a 1-2 count. It's Maloney's 4th. Actually, Maloney's been in a 1-2 count every single AB this game. That one misses low, and it's a 2-2 count. You can also say the same here. He's been in a 2-2 count every single at-bat of the game. Two misses inside. The count runs full. So from 0-2 to 3-2, runners will get a head start.
1-2 to 3-2 for the 4th time today.
Payoff pitch. Just missed outside on that one as well. Nibbling but not getting the call. And the bases are loaded for Gideon Leslie.
You got to execute here. You've had so many opportunities to put this game away, get it out of reach. You have one of your best arms down there in the bullpen that's working on long rest. He's hopefully going to have that velo back up after a lot of long games from Reisig. You're hoping his velo is going to be up there, especially in a shorter appearance. Got to be able to put this one out of reach here.
First one misses high. It's 2 walks and a hit batter in this inning. Leslie is 1 for 3, 1 for 4 with an RBI single. A couple of flyouts, including one that was a great diving catch from Solis last time up. And now another 2-0 count. Again, Markheim's just gone so long in this game. Got to imagine at this point it's just fatigue. 2 O's fouled out of play.
Gotta imagine a mistake might be coming here to the heart of this order. You just hope that it's not too harmful. If you're Leslie, you got to be ready for it.
The 2-1, Chopper towards short. Going to be a tough play. Gets past for 1 run to score. A second run will score as the play will not be made at home. And the Outlaws finally find a way to score against Markheim with a 2 RBI single from Gideon Leslie.
And there was the mistake right there, a pitch over the heart of the plate. Leslie didn't necessarily get great stick on it, but does not matter. It's able to get through that 6 hole and score 2 runs.
And it looks like that will do it for Markheim. Toller was trying to let him stick around as long as possible here in this one. Looks like it will be Ray Zamaripa to follow him. So Markheim goes 6 1/3 of, like you said, a lot of crucial innings. Up until this inning, hadn't allowed a single run. 2 runs came in to score. On 6 hits, he scattered hits. 1 hit across each inning he pitched. So unfortunately in this inning, three free passes kind of were the difference.
The Outlaws finally able to cash in. When you put yourself in harm's way as much as the Pioneers have today, you expect to get bit by that snake eventually. That snake today is Gideon Leslie. That's his 2nd RBI single of the night. He's got 3 on the night. He cracks 20 RBIs on the year. Able to climb up to 21.
So as Zamaripa's warming up, let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by Clean Harbors. More than a quarter of a century, Clean Harbors has been providing environmental and industrial waste management services to Kimball and the surrounding communities. They are the industry-leading provider of treatment, incineration, destruction, and disposal of hazardous waste in North America. They are proud to bring sustainable jobs and waste management services to the area and pride themselves on being an integral part of the surrounding communities. Clean Harbor, people and technologies creating a better environment. Also brought to you by Team Chevrolet, Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty on every new vehicle from Team Auto. First one to face Zamaripa in this one is going to be Christian McKernan. He will stand in 2 for 4, a double, an infield single, and then a fly out to right and a pop out to first base. Zamaripa this season has been fairly effective as not your traditional pitcher. He's been able to go out there and eat innings. Had a great game going in Brush the other Tuesday where he went 3 innings, allowed just 1 run before he went 3 batters in the final inning and couldn't record an out. So that first pitch is fouled to the right side for strike 1.
Just right in on the hands of McKernan right there.
He obviously has a catcher's arm, so he's got some zip on the ball, but more importantly, he's done a good job at just throwing a lot of strikes. He enters with 2 on and 2 out here in the top of the 7th. That one lifted right side. It's Markheim who stayed into play second, who's under it for out number 3, but the Outlaws finally able to get a big hit post first inning. They score 2 on the Gideon Leslie 2 RBI single, and they extend their lead back out to 6. It's 8-2. So we head to the bottom of the 7th here on KDB in the Front Range League Network. New pitcher on the mound is Carter Reisig. He'll enter with a 6-run lead after the Outlaws able to finally crack the scoreboard on Paxton Markheim. Put up 2 runs in the top half of this frame. And the Pioneers are going to try to do the same against Reisig, as now they need 6 more runs once again.
Rising has had success this year. As rain starts to come down here, that might come into play. I had the great opportunity of seeing some of Reisig's family, actually, on a trip up to Rapid City, South Dakota. Congratulations to Riley Reisig on the recent engagement. They also have very good taste in ice cream up there in Rapid City.
Expound.
It was a very nice, somewhat expensive ice cream place. I forget exactly what it was called, but I indulged in the peanut M&M flavor, which was quite good.
Yep, I'll admit, that sounds great. Carter Reisig making his 9th appearance on the season, his 4th out of the bullpen. He struck out 40 batters, walked just 14. Again, when you see successful pitchers in this Front Range League, usually it's those low walk rates, and for Carter, that's one of his big go-tos. It's limiting the walks.
And when he doesn't necessarily have the success that he's looking for, he's living a little bit too much over the plate. We saw that same issue with Seepersod today at times, although he was able to work around it.
First one to face him, top of the lineup, in Rivers Freckleton. It's the first pitch swinging, going after that fastball. He's 1 for 3, a single, and a couple of strikeouts.
And that one looked like it had a little bit more zip on it than it did the other day in those 5 innings of work.
Reisig, his last time out was in a start against these Pioneers team where they were able to put up 6 runs on them. Just 3 of them earned. In fact, the first 3 runs that came in were all unearned because of some rough defense. He went 5 innings, struck out 8 in that performance back on July 13th. The 1-1, that is towards short, should be playable for Leslie. Throw to first, gets past McKernan. Freckleton slips. He will have to get back to first, as a defensive miscue on cue is not the way you wanted to start this 7th inning for the Outlaws.
Not with this meat of the order coming up that has been dangerous at times, especially 3, 4, and 5.
It brings in Paxton Markheim. He was excellent on the mound. Now he will come to the plate after singling his last time up, trying to set themselves in front of that 3-4-5, as you said, dangerous part of this lineup. First pitch swinging for Markheim. He fouls that one off for strike 1. We've seen some great pickoff moves from Reisig, so you don't want to try to get too jumpy over there if you're Freckleton.
Some may consider it a balk. Carter himself considers it a bit of balk, but if it's not called, it's not called.
There is the throw over.
He slightly lifts that front left heel and then attempts a pickoff. However, he's had conversations with first base coach Salters on this, so they know it's going to come, possibly.
Count evens at 1-1. Bottom of the 7th, Pioneers trail 8-2 on the Wesco scoreboard. Markheim fouls that one off. Markheim on the night went 6 1/3 innings, allowed just 2 runs, both those coming in that final inning of work. At that point, he was just, you could tell the fatigue was there. 2 walks and a free pass. After getting the first 2 outs again in that inning, the Outlaws able to strike on another 2-out rally, able to push across 2 runs, and a 4-run lead and a 6-run lead feel wildly different. And right now they have that 6-run lead. The 1-2. That one on a line towards first. That is caught, and it's going to be caught for 2. As Freckleton, no chance of getting back in time on that one.
And that's baseball.
Defense gave up a runner, and they take it right back on that fly out to the third baseman, McKernan. So now there are 2 outs for the catcher in Cole Roth. He's working a 1-for-3 day with a strikeout, ground out, and a single. First pitch to him. And this is for ball 1. There are 2 Pioneers with 2 hits in this game, those being Solis, who's waiting on deck, and Michael Fisher. Every other Pioneer has 1 hit except for Deshaun Harvey, as that one's fouled out of play. And the count evens at 1-1.
Although Harvey has reached.
Yes, he did reach on that strikeout wild pitch. Pioneers with 7 outs to work with to get 6 runs. Get 2 outs here in this 7th inning. Isaac has a sign, he comes set. The 1-1. Gets the breaker on the outside corner. Roth can't believe it, but it's 2 strikes.
Could possibly be a makeup call.
Count moves to 1-2. That one does miss wide. Count evens at 2-2. Another good AB here from the young catcher. Seen a lot of those from him so far this season. The 2-2 in the dirt. He spits on that one and the count runs full. Circleton reached on an error. He's quickly eliminated on the line out to third where he tagged first. Now Roth has worked his count full. Here's the payoff pitch. He's able to foul that one off. Just another great battle from this young catcher. Committed to play at Cal State Bakersfield for his freshman season.
You're Isaac, you want to try and get this 3rd out right now. You don't want to try and extend this inning and put yourself in a similar situation to Pioneers pitching.
Payoff pitch swung on and missed. Goes after the fastball above the zone. Reisig has his first punch out of the game. And the Pioneers go down in order here in the 7th. We'll head to the 8th inning. Pioneers trails 8-2 on the West Coast scoreboard after a short break here in KNB in the Front Range League Network. Zamaripa out there for a second inning of work. And as he warms up, let you know tonight's broadcast brought to you by Intralinks, supporting computer systems in the Panhandle for over 20 years. We can review your systems and expenses to help your bottom line. The team at Intralinks, technology isn't an obstacle, it's an opportunity. Call Intralinks for a free 1-hour consultation. 2 innings left in this ball game. For the Pioneers, you just got to try to work another scoreless frame. You had 5 straight where you had opportunities, couldn't crack the scoreboard more than a couple of times. Outlaws immediately get those 2 runs back in the top half of the 7th, and you can't let this lead get any further out of reach.
If you're the Outlaws, you got to think play for 4 here, as rain is starting to come down here at Oregon Trail Park. You hope you can finish this one.
Zamaripa out there for his first inning of work. Got 1 out in the bottom or top of the 7th. A pop out of Christian McKernan. He'll face Isaiah Morrill, Kingston Lee, and Grayson Matlock for his first full inning. And his last time out, he looked really good through 3. It was in that 4th inning, again, with fatigue settling in. Just couldn't get an out, and Pioneers weren't able to hold on to a late 3-run lead. Murillo steps in. He's 3 for 4 on the day, 3 singles. Been doing a good job at just finding his way on base, finding those holes. Tom Ripa sets on the mound. First pitch to Murillo. First pitch swinging, popped up right side. Harvey and Markheim over. So is Wade. Wade calls them both off, and he's got it for out number 1.
The big first out. We've been saying that all night. They've gotten the first out in every inning except the first 3, although they were able to eliminate the leadoff double back in the 3rd. But 4 through 8, you're able to get that first out, which is huge.
Now brings in Kingston Lee. No hits in the game, but he has earned 2 walks. First pitch misses high and tight for ball 1. For pretty much every single outing for Zamaripa except his first one, he's essentially just given up as many runs as he's pitched, as that pitch misses outside. It's a 2-0 count. He also earned a 1-out save against the Wranglers back on July 9th. That one's in the dirt as well, so a quick 3-0 count to Lee, searching for his 3rd walk of the game.
Zamaripa in danger of breaking that first 2-out streak.
This is inside. First walk that Zamaripa has surrendered. It'll be a 1-out base runner for Grayson Matlock. He's 0 for 3, an error, line out to 3rd, as well as a ground out to 2nd. Did walk back in the first inning. That one misses inside, so 5 straight have missed for Zamaripa. Lee with a big lead over at first. That one bounces in front of the plate. Good stop by Roth, and it's a 2-0 count.
You don't want 6 balls to turn to 7 balls here. You really want to attack the zone.
Now it's a 2-0 count, and as you said, to Matlock. He's missed 6 straight. Now he's missed 7 straight, as that one misses outside.
I imagine this is going to be an auto take up there for Matlock right here.
Danger of walking a 2nd straight batter, and he does. That one misses high.
If you're Roth, I'd go have a meeting with him.
I think Toller beat him to it. Zamaripa just not around the zone those last couple of batters.
And if you're Seth Onstead here, you got to be really smart. You got to be taking till you see a strike from Zamaripa here. 8 straight balls.
As I conversate on the mound, I will conversate to you about a great partner in Quick Care Medical Services in Scottsbluff. For all of life's little emergencies, you have a choice when it comes to your health care, and at Quick Care, we are here to help. Quick Care Medical Services in Scottsbluff, a walk-in clinic here to help. So 2 runners on, 1 out here, top of the 8th inning. As you said, play for 4. If you can get 4 runs and hold the Pioneers scoreless in the bottom half, we'll end after 8. If you're Zamaripa on the mound, again, you just got to force them to put the ball in play. Especially these bottom 2 in the lineup. Onstead over 4 on the day. And Grady Manuel is 1 for 3, or 1 for 2. He's actually earned 2 walks. But again, you really don't want to just walk a batter or 2 here, and then all of a sudden the top of the lineup is up with 2 or 3 runners on. Brings in Seth Onstead. He's had some bad luck in this game. Went down looking his last time up. First pitch swinging.
And that's where he
Can't get
was-
to it. Starts behind 0-1.
I understand that pitch was a strike, but you have to be taking until you see a strike after you see 8 balls.
The 0-1, that one is fouled out of play, and now Onnested quickly behind 0-2. He said his first 2 pitches were in the zone. Onnested maybe sitting first pitch fastball, especially after 8 straight balls, expecting maybe him just to try to get me over one. But now behind 0-2, he's got to try to protect here. Zamaripa holds, now delivers. On a line, that's through for a base hit. They're going to send Lee home. Throw will come to the plate, but it will not be made as Roth comes out to make sure no more advance. And Seth Onsted's got himself an RBI single to finally crack the hit column.
Not trying to do too much there, just able to ground that one through the 6 hole and that outfield grass, not being the Pioneers' friend on that one.
Now Grady Manuel steps into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch to him is taken just high for ball 1. Started the inning with a fly out to right. Since then, 2 walks and a single. One has scored. Outlaws lead 9-2. Almost taken inside.
And we're seeing the Pioneers pitching struggle with the 9 spot tonight, having a hard time retiring Manuel.
That one catches the corner. So a 2-1 count to the 9-hole hitter for the Outlaws. Two-one pitch popped up left side. Fisher moving over, but it will land out of play, and the count will even at 2-2. So he's got Manuel at 2 strikes, had Onnested at 2 strikes, but Onnested able to single. Zamaripa holds, now delivers. Swung on and missed. Manuel can't get to the pitch at the top of the zone. And there are 2 outs, 2 runners still on for Braden Basie. He's reached 3 times today, a walk, a hit by pitch. He's also singled and he scored 2 runs. It's now 47 runs he's scored on the year. Runner takes off a third. Pitch, called a ball, throw down, and a little bit low. Both runners advance.
I do like that out of the Outlaws right there. Good double steal. Make it really easy to make that lead 9 here.
The 1-0. That one misses just above the zone as well. Now the 2-0 delivery from Zamaripa. That one's fouled back. Basie overall 1 for 3, 2 stolen bags, 2 runs scored. Lined into that double play back in the 3rd. Now waits the 2-1 pitch. That one catches the corner. Another 2-strike count for Zamaripa. Had a pair of 4-pitch walks. Since then, a 2-strike single from Onnested, a strikeout of Manuel. Now a 2-2 pitch into Braden Basie. Misses high and tight, and the count runs full.
I was about to be feeling 22 right there.
Can't until he gets to number 22. Payoff pitch to Basie. That one's taken high. So that will load the bases. Third walk of the inning for the Outlaws. Brings in Tegan Maloney with the bases loaded.
We've seen him. He has the pop to be able to send these Outlaws home early if they're able to put up a scoreless frame next inning.
Speed of Basie, if he can just find a gap, could easily score all three, and that would do the job. Or, of course, send it out of the park. That would also potentially do the job.
Maloney with the highest slugging percentage on this Outlaws team at .837.
The 1-0 pitch to Tegan Maloney. That one misses outside. Both of them have in this AB. He's got nowhere to put them. Got to throw some strikes.
Tegan Maloney, a classic Front Range League 0 for 1 in 5 at-bats.
2-0 pitch. That one not even close. Another great reaction from Cole Roth behind the plate to keep that in front of him, and it's a 3-0 count. In danger of his third 4-pitch walk in this inning.
And the great Coach Nick of my JV team, he would say, it's picture day up there right now.
3-0, and that one's taken high, and that will walk in a run. Maloney's fifth walk of the day.
Still just 0 for 1, though.
So now it will bring in Gideon Leslie, a big 2 RBI single back in that last inning that finally broke the scoreboard on Paxton Markheim. The first pitch to him is taken at the letters for strike 1. If he can find his third RBI hit of the day, could potentially bring that lead up to 10. The 0-1 is fouled off as Zamaripa working quickly, and Leslie's quickly behind 0-2. 2 outs, 2 in, 3 on here in the top of the 8th inning.
$15 free passes on the night for the Pioneers pitching staff.
Zamaripa thought something was going on, but either way, Leslie steps back in to the right-handed batter's box with an 0-2 count. Zamaripa sets and delivers. On the ground towards short, Freckleton able to keep it in front of him, but there will be no play to be made as another RBI single from Gideon Leslie, his 4th RBI of the day. Only knocks in 1 with Freckleton keeping it in front of him, but it's now 11-2 on that West Coast scoreboard.
And that go-home run is just 90 feet away if Reisig's able to hold them scoreless in the bottom half of this inning.
It's Christian McKernan stepping in. He faced Zamaripa back in the 7th inning and popped out to first base. First pitch swinging on a ball at the hands for strike 1.
It's also the last outlaw to hit in this inning. Murillo led off the inning.
The 0-1 is in there at the knees, and it's a quick 0-2 count. It's the big first baseman for the Outlaws. Pitch misses high. Now Zamaripa upset because McKernan was in the batter's box. He's trying to work quickly.
Looks like that was almost called a balk.
I think they had to call time because McKernan wasn't ready. Just kind of would work in his favor because that pitch missed high. So I think the count still was 0-2. Zamaripa taking his time. Now comes set, and now McKernan calls time. Crowd getting a little antsy here. The 0-2 lifted center, Solis in on it, And he will bring it in for out number 3. And I guess they're going to call another time. I don't really understand that one because McKernan was set and watching the pitcher, but count still 0-2. Samaripa holding now delivers. That one's in there for strike 3. Either way, he is out as he goes down looking. But the Outlaws bat around and they put up 3. They lead 11-2 as we head to the bottom of the 8th here on KNB in the Front Range League Network. Pioneers coming to bat here in bottom of the 8th inning. They trail by 9. It's going to be a tough way to come back, but you just got to start by getting on base, passing the baton, just trying to work Reisig here as much as possible. Got Jacob Solis, Carter Simmons, and Dante Wade. Solis, one of the 2 hit batters in this game for the Pioneers. Was Seepersod got the start, won 6 innings, allowed 10 hits, but only 1 earned run to cross, 2 runs overall. One of those runs at the plate in the form of Jacob Solis. Scored on a wild pitch from third when Deshaun Harvey struck out as the first pitch misses wide for ball 1.
If you're Solis, you know you have power in that bat. You just want to try and find a way on base, however.
The 1-0 misses wide, and it's a 2-0 count. That pitch misses wide as well, so a quick 3-0 count to Solis. See what Reisig has here. You don't want to just groove one over the heart of the plate to a guy like Solis. It just misses entirely. It's a 4-pitch walk. And walks are the last thing you want to surrender here with a 9-run lead. Now brings in Carter Simmons. 1 for 3, singled back in the second, since then a ground out and a fly out. He's only seen 3 pitches tonight.
That was the approach against Seepersod. He gets rewarded once for it.
Solis does have a stolen bag tonight. First pitch to Simmons, taken high and tight for ball 1.
First pitch that is across the heart of the plate, or across the plate. Simmons showing off that hit tool tonight.
The 1-0, that one misses low, and that is 6 straight that have missed for Reisig here in the second inning of work.
As we said last time, don't want 6 to turn into 7.
Solis takes off. Pitch misses high. Throw goes down, and it is wide. Bounced off of Solis. Does have another stolen bag as that pitch missed as well. So it's a 3-0 count to Simmons. Saw this from Zamaripa last inning. Missed 8 straight, allowed 2 walks. So Reisig in danger of doing the same thing here. 3-0 taking all the way. That pitch just missed high, and that's 2 straight walks for Reisig to start the 8th. It'll be Coach A.C. Plum to go and talk with him. Again, similar to what we saw with Toller with Zamaripa, you just got to settle him down at this point.
You got to understand the lead and the situation that you're in. Again, Wade can hit this ball as far as he wants to. It's not going to score 9 runs. It will cut into that lead. It will turn it into 6 runs, but even then, you still have 6 outs to work with.
Pioneers only with 6 outs, but they've done exactly what they needed to do the first 2 batters of this inning. Both guys reaching. Just got to keep passing the baton, keep trying to work these counts, get runners on. Even if you don't get all 9 in this inning, if you can manage to put up some kind of crooked number to at least give yourself a chance in that final frame. Wade steps in 1 for 2. Single hit by pitch, and he's also struck out swinging his last time up. First pitch here, and that's now 9 straight that have missed the zone for Reisig.
I'd really like to see Wade try and take till he sees a strike here. So Onnested attacked that 9th pitch, although it was a strike from Zamaripa.
The 1-0. Reisig does find the zone. The count evens at 1-1. Both teams with double-digit hits today. But as you said, in between innings, it's been the free pass that has been the difference maker between these 2 teams.
15 on the other side for Pioneers pitching.
That one just catches the inside corner. It's a 1-2 count.
Just 3.
2 of those coming in the last 2 batters. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got him on the off speed. He was late on adjusting to it. Big first out for Reisig, and it brings in Deshaun Harvey. He's kind of been Reisig's worst enemy. Harvey with 2 home runs on the season. Both of them have come against this pitcher.
In league play, the only really true righty pull home run, pardon me, lefty pull home run, over the right field fence.
First pitch swinging, that one into left. Murillo's got it. A misread from Solis. That's going to be 2. As Manuel can just take his time, as Solis not even going to try. We saw one of those earlier and see one there. Solis just misreads it, and Reisig gets a big double play, the 3rd double play the Pioneers have hit into in this ball game. As they trail 11-2 as we head to the 9th inning here on KNB in the Front Range League Network.
Hate it when my doubts and my fears swell up like the ocean. It feels like I could drown in my tears. Everything's overflowing. Scared that I won't get it right, get it right. My nerves are working overtime, overtime. Tell myself to calm down and breathe. Step out of the shadows, into the fire. gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless.
Final inning here at Oregon Trail Park. It's 11-2 Outlaws. Zamaripa out there for his third inning of work. Struggled a little bit there in that last inning with just too many walks. Eventually, Leslie was able to get an infield single that knocked in one. They got a couple more runs throughout the inning as well as one on Seth Onested's single. And now at this point, it's going to be a tough deficit to climb back from. It's just a matter of how difficult it's going to be.
And if you're Zamaripa, you have to do a better job in this inning of attacking the strike zone. 4 free passes in that last inning. That cannot happen again, especially if you want to give your offense a chance to pull off a miracle in this situation.
Throw goes down to second from Cole Roth, as it will be Isaiah Murillo, who started the 8th inning to lead it off here in the 9th. He flew it to right field in that AB. Does have 3 hits on the night, 3 for 5. Murillo steps in. Does have an RBI as well in the game. First pitch swinging. Solis playing in, trying to go out on it. It's going to be dropped by Dante Wade. Couldn't get to it. Murillo will hold in there for a leadoff double, as the outfield was playing a little bit in, and it cost them as Murillo was on second with nobody out.
Murillo having a good night for himself, 4 for 6 with an RBI. Scoring just once, however.
Brings in Kingston Lee, first pitch swinging for him, and he cranks that one out to left. Carter Simmons moving back on it, still moving back. He'll watch that land out of play, foul. As Kingston Lee, if he's able to straighten that one out, would have had a 2-run home run. So it'll just be a loud strike number 1 for Kingston Lee. He was 0 for 2 with 3 walks. Scored 2 runs in the game as well. The 0-1, he's swinging on that one. Fly ball center field, Solis should have it. And he does for out number 1. Murillo won't tag with the strong arm of Solis with the ball. So bringing Grayson Matlock, who will hit from the right side this time. First pitch swinging for him. That one on the ground towards short, past the glove of Freckleton. Murillo had to make sure that ball got through, so he'll hold it third. And that puts runners in the corners with just 1 out in the inning. So brings in Seth Onnested, who had an RBI single the last time he faced Zamaripa. First pitch swinging there. He's going to start behind 0-1. Zamaripa trying to go quickly again. He's trying to do it where the moment that player looks up, he goes. A couple of times, I think maybe he's gone a little too early. The 0-1 pitch, that one misses inside, count evens at 1-1.
Zamaripa listening to the crowd's calls to bust him in there after a couple of missed pitches there from Zamaripa.
The 1-1 pulled foul.
Tried to do it again. Onnested was not falling for it that time.
It's a 1-2 count to Onnested. Zamripa sets. Takes his time now, delivers. That one fouled off the catcher. Onnested able to stay alive. Outlaws trying to add to that 11-2 lead with runners in the corners, just one out. Onnested and Manuel due up in this inning. Both do have an RBI on the game.
Don't we love the gamesmanship of this beautiful game?
Zamripa just trying to.
Or is Amaripa somewhat of a reverse Jose Caballero? We've seen him get in trouble recently for his antics in the box.
The 1-2. Fly ball center. A lot of work for Solis. Now racing in on it. It's the shortstop Freckleton who cuts him off and makes the grab. Solis thought that was going to carry a little bit more, had a late jump, but Freckleton able to get a read on it and bring it in for out number 2. And now it is Grady Manuel with 2 outs, 2 on. Zamripa works quickly. First pitch as he fouls that one off for strike 1. It'll be 8-9-1 do it for the Pioneers in their home half of this 9th frame. The one misses. Good block from Roth. Count evens. The 1-1 pitch. That one just misses inside. Two one on the ground towards short. Going to be a tough play. Fisher cuts it off. Throw to first is high and past the glove of Harvey. They score 1. They will hold the runner at third. Does make the lead 10 runs, 12 to 2.
It's also going to flip that lineup card over here for Braden Basie.
Basie steps in. He's reached 4 times. 2 walks hit by pitch and a single as the first pitch in there for strike 1. That one misses tight. Count evens. The 1-1. That one swung on and missed. So Basie down 1 and 2 with 2 outs. 2 runners in scoring position here for the leadoff hitter and Braden Basie. Swung on and missed. Zamripa gets out of the inning, allowing 1 run to cross. It will be unearned after that error by the third baseman Fisher. Pioneers need 10 to tie, 11 to win as we head to the bottom of the 9th here on KNB in the front.
Just gotta be fearless.
To win.
16 runners left on base for those Nebraska Outlaws.
Scored 12 runs. Could have been a lot more. Again, the free pass is kind of the big difference in this game between the two teams. In the Pioneers, 10 hits in this game. They had some pressure, but just couldn't push across any crooked numbers. Just one in the third, then one in the sixth. So if trend continues, they'll put up one here in the ninth inning. Fortunately, they need a 0 behind that if they want to tie this ball game. Michael Fisher, the first one to face Reisig in this inning. Looks like Fisher will be hitting from the right side here. The other Pioneer with 2 hits in this game. So at least with 2 hits, he went 2 for 3, and he also earned a walk his last time up. And Michael Fisher, his 4th time through, see what he can do here in this 9th inning.
Leading off for the Iowa Flower third baseman, Michael Fisher.
First pitch swinging. Can't get to that one. He starts behind 0-1.
I do like what I've seen out of Reisig today. It seems like that velo's a little bit up after those 7 to 10 days off.
The 0-1 misses, wide count evens at 1-1. Reisig, one of the main pitchers used this season for head coach Zach McCoy. In to earn a save in this one, a 3-out save, or a 3-inning save, I should say. So that pitch misses wide.
Reisig recently just passing Tommy Quintana. Pardon me, he has not yet. He needs to get 1 out in this inning to tie, to pull ahead of him.
That one's fouled off. Count moves to 2-2.
Although both of them trail Brock Berry with 38 innings.
The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him off stride on that off-speed pitch. Reisig's 3rd strikeout and 2 1/3. The 1 out, it brings in Zamaripa.
And he now has the 2nd most innings in the Front Range League this summer.
Next up, second baseman, Andre Samarupa.
Zamaripa, first pitch to him at the letters for strike 1. He singled back in the 3rd. He's also popped out and flown up to center. The 0-1. Bit of a half swing at that fastball, and he's behind 0-2.
C. Prasad in his own right putting up a good amount of innings considering he came in late.
That one stays high. It's a 1-2 count.
C. Prasad now with 27 1/3. Just behind Reisig and Quintana now.
1-2 front door. Gives it as Zamaripa goes down looking, and 2 quick outs in this inning for Reisig, and it will be the top of the lineup with 2 outs trying to extend this ball game. Freckleton 1 for 4, a couple of strikeouts. He singled back in the 3rd, reached on an error his first time against Reisig. Goes front door breaker again and lands it for strike one.
And it's for your safety, we ask that you please move away from the railing and letting parents, if you've got children on the railing, please ask them to move back.
Reisig sets, delivers the 0-1 pitch. That one misses outside count, evens at 1-1. Lines that one out to left. It'll drop in front of Murillo. And a 2-out single extends the ball game. It's Paxton Markheim, who's 1 for 4 in his own right as well. Singled his last time against Seepersod, last time up against Reisig. He lined it over to first, ended up being a double play.
The batter, second baseman, Paxton Markheim.
Reisig sets, first pitch to Markheim. First pitch swings, he fouls that one off. Markheim trying to extend this game to Cole Roth. The 0-1, a breaker that just can't quite land that top of the zone. Count evens at 1-1.
The Outlaws just 1 out away from clinching the postseason for their first time in its franchise's history.
That one misses wide. So it's a 2-1 count to Markheim. Fouls that one off. Pioneers down to their final strike tonight. 2-2 count, 2 away here, bottom of the 9th inning. Pioneers trail by 10. That one chopper towards short. Leslie charging. It's under his glove. Freckleton trying to get to third. He will get in there with no throw, and the game will continue. Leslie trying to just be a little bit too quick. Allows Markheim to reach on his second hit of the day, and now it's Cole Roth trying to extend the game to Jacob Solis. Here comes McCoy. Just a quick chat as he will head back to the dugout.
Reisig a little bit upset. Obviously, in his last appearance, his defense didn't necessarily help him out. And today, it's been 2 errors behind him. One of them was eliminated on that double play.
Cole Roth will step in for the 5th time today. First pitch inside, brushing him back for ball 1. Roth, a couple of strikeouts. He went down swinging against Reisig for the first time. He faced him. That one catches the corner. Count evens at 1-1. Reisig has his sign. Now he comes set. Big swing at the fastball above the zone. And for the second straight batter, Pioneers down to their final strike.
Throw it again.
Force the young catcher to lay off of it. The 1-2. Misses low and away. Reisig was walking off, thought it was strike 3. Counts 2-2.
Like I said, throw it again.
2-2 is fouled out of play. Roth able to stay alive in this one. Reisig struck out the first 2 batters he saw. Back-to-back singles. Puts run at the corners with 2 outs.
Love to see a little mano-a-mano fastball right here.
Runner takes off. Doesn't matter. He gets the call for strike 3. The off speed catches the outside corner, and Reisig gets his 5th strikeout of the game. And the Outlaws win 12-2. Big win over the Pioneers, a team that they had been struggling against the last couple of times, but they put on a clinic, specifically in that first inning, scoring 6 runs to really kind of separate themselves. Pioneers really couldn't get anything going offensively, even though they had 12 hits in the game. But they go down with a loss. First loss, just their 4th loss in their last 10 games. We'll talk about that and more after a break here on KDB and the Front Range League Network. And after we're back, we'll have the postgame interview with the player of the game after a short break here on KDB and the Front Range League Network.
Welcome back in, folks, to the Front Range League Network and KNEB. I'm Bob Parsons, joined by our player of the game in Alon Seepersod. Alon, you had it working tonight. Also able to work out of a couple of jams. Your defense had your back for sure. 6 innings, 1 run, 7 strikeouts, and no walks. What can you speak to on filling up the zone, and is that your approach generally going into games, trying to limit those free passes as best you can?
Oh, for sure. Like if you can limit out the walks, get attack early in the zone, you'll have a much cleaner game than if you like start off late in the count, walk a lot of guys. It's always easier, even if guys get on base. As long as you can attack early and attack constantly in the zone, it's always going to have you get a better game. Like today, I mean, they had guys on, but honestly, I was still able to execute my pitches when I needed to and get out of jams, which is really the biggest thing.
They started attacking early in those counts, especially from that middle of the order. How did you kind of adjust to that going through that second and third time through the order?
Yeah, I can't lie. Like this game was honestly one of the games where I really had to think a lot. Like me and AC worked a lot. Like we were like, okay, what pitch did we go here? What pitch did we go here? Because we were just trying to make adjustments over and over and over because they were doing a really good job of making adjustments against me. Like, oh, they were thinking, okay, he started with a fastball, maybe he'll start slider. And some of them, like Jacob did a good job of that. Like he was able to hit Oppo, win on that slider. But I was able to make some adjustments against them too, like trying to outsmart them. They're trying to outsmart me. So all around, just a really competitive game, I feel.
And then you had a lot of traffic on the bases as well. What did you kind of do, whether that's managing base runners well on the mound with timing techniques and stuff like that? Or does your mentality change at all on the mound when you have runners on bases as opposed to nobody on base?
Honestly, I try and keep it very similar. I try and stay as competitive as possible, though. The idea when there's guys on bases, especially if there's a guy on first, if you can limit it to just a ground ball, get some double plays. Like I got very fortunate, I even made a double play myself, which is pretty nice. But like lots of ground balls, trying to limit as best I can. So yeah.
Awesome. And then that big first inning from your offense, how does that change your approach, if at all, going into that bottom half of the first inning when you've been likely sitting for a little bit after that long first inning, and then you come out there and you have a 6-run lead?
Oh my gosh. Well, this isn't my first time. Last time I pitched against the Pios, same exact thing happened. We scored a lot of runs in the first, the second, and third. I had to wait a long time between innings. I'm getting a bit better, but you know, the adrenaline takes a bit of a tear on you because you have to wait to go out. The adrenaline kicks in and goes down, goes back up. So it can be a bit frustrating, but it's always good to see the guys get lots of runs. And once you see that number go up, it gives you even more confidence to go out there and just do your thing because you know the guys are backing you up and you got the stuff to do it. So yeah.
You guys are heading to postseason baseball for the Outlaws, the first team to clinch of the 3. With your experience in the postseason, how do you think this team is going to be able to adapt to it?
I think we'll do a great job adapting. I know we're going to have a few guys who are going to be leaving us sadly, but that's fine. I think we still got it here. As long as we keep a good group of guys and we stay consistent in the zone, we'll be just fine.
Awesome. One last fun question for tonight. Alon, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh my gosh. It's got to be Party in the USA. It's a classic.
Great
Oh, yeah.
choice, Alon. Great job tonight as well. You've had success all summer long, pitching a lot of innings for these Outlaws, limiting runs, limiting the free pass. Great job. Hope to see you pitch again here in the postseason. We'll be right back here on the Runs a Post Game show here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network.
Last time we talked, you had nothing to say. You chose to walk, give what we had away. I hope you get what you're looking for. But babe, with me, you close the door on everything we could have been. Don't go thinking we could be friends. No, you can't bring us back from the dead. 'Cause when you know, you know. And when you don't, when it ends, it ends. When it ends, it ends. I really thought we might
Pioneers drop a big game here. Outlaws win 12-2. Pioneers still have 3 games against the Wranglers. Essentially, you have to win out if you want a chance at the playoffs. But the Outlaws have clinched their playoff spot. Probably be the first seed, the home team, which will be big because that means you get 2 home games. And the Pioneers, or the Outlaws, have played really well at this ballpark.
They have certainly done that, and especially with that pitching, getting a little bit of rest. We saw it with Alon today. So successful. He's been so good this year at just eating innings, getting efficient outs. And the difference of today's game really was the free pass because the Pioneers had no trouble getting hits today.
Yeah, I mean, Pioneers ended the game with just 1 less hit than the Outlaws. 13 hits for the Outlaws, 12 for the Pioneers. But as you said, the free pass was the big difference. To be fair, the Pioneers pitching, after Caden Ferguson with Markheim and Zalmarepa did a good job at stranding base runners. 16 runners left on base for the Outlaws, which obviously ended up being 12-2. But especially when you're middle through that game and it's 6-2, and the Pioneers kind of have the momentum with their offense. They've been putting up a lot of runners. It's like just a matter of time. You start thinking about that. Fortunate for them, they got some big runs late. They're able to put up some big runs, and hopefully, for them, that can be kind of a leapfrog moment. Obviously you struggled a lot during that game, but you had some late runs scored. You can kind of use that for your momentum. And as you said, Lancey Prasad was great. Reisig went 3 scoreless innings, struck out 5. That was some command issues, but something that, he's not traditionally struggled with, so you don't expect that to carry over. Overall, for the Outlaws, it was a good team win. You had some low moments, but overall you got a big win, and you can keep moving forward.
There's certainly things to take away from this game. They struggled, especially late, with a couple of errors, couple sloppy plays on the bases as well. You hope to clean that up come postseason time. I really liked what I saw out of Reisig on the velocity end of things. I know you said control was tough at times on him, but that velocity is kicking up, which you like to see, especially come postseason time. Got to imagine that might even kick up another notch with the adrenaline associated with that.
It's going to be interesting to see. Pioneers, like you said, were getting hits. They had 12 of them. They stranded 10. They got into 3 double plays in the game. It's just one of those things that you have to kind of move forward. Your offense is good enough to score a ton of runs. You've done it a lot this year. You just kind of put this game in your back pocket. You faced against 2 of the best pitchers in the league, and you had some opportunities. You just didn't put up runs, and you end up going home losing. But you got 4 games left. Try to get some wins down the stretch. Speaking of that, we'll talk about what's next for these 2 teams after a short break here in KNB in the Front Range League Network.
From the first moment I saw you, I knew I had to make you mine. Wanted to know everything about you. I didn't want to waste no time. What's something I can do for you, darling? That would make you smile. I'll bring you flowers, girl.
Welcome back into the Runza post-game show. The Outlaws beat Pioneers 12-2, and they have clinched their spot for a playoff. Pioneers are back in action tomorrow on the road in Fort Morgan, while the Outlaws play again tomorrow at home here against the Buckley Bombers. One last exhibition tune-up before they go down the final stretch of the Front Range League Baseball. On Saturday, the Outlaws travel to Fort Morgan to take on the Wranglers there. And on Sunday, these 2 teams will match up once again here at Oregon Trail Park. Scheduled as of now on Monday, the Pioneers traveling to Fort Morgan to take on the Wranglers. They will then take on the Wranglers here on Wednesday. We'll see if maybe they want to try to get in the Outlaws for a game there. We'll just see how that goes. But the playoffs will start next Thursday, and it will more than likely, the Outlaws being the number 1 seed, if they do clinch the 1 seed, as it stands right now, they play their first game in Fort Morgan against the Wranglers on Thursday, and then those 2 teams come back here for Friday and potentially Saturday if needed in the best of 3 to finish the Front Range League season. But that's forward for now. That'll do it for us here in the broadcast booth. For Bob Parsons, for Hayden Fisher, our fantastic producer, I'm Lucas Macklin. Thank you so much for joining us for another game of Front Range League baseball. And until next time, as always, have a blessed night.
Enough to see 4 miles. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise you for sure, girl, my love is always yours. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise you for sure, girl, my love is always yours. I love your style, and I love your grace. Said I love to put a smile on your pretty little face. I love it when you're close to me. That's where I want you to always be. I didn't know when I found you that I would find a love so true. And you can see it in my eyes. That girl, you've got me hypnotized. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise you for sure, girl, my love is always yours. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise you for sure, girl, my love is always yours. Something's changed, baby, this I know.